Let's go. Let's go. Weed from a hot California. I forgot how you look like in rain. That's why I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving to the pen, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving along the road tonight. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving.
that I'm going to hide in, somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this play. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Burns inside me. Burns inside me. Burns inside me. I won't let you down. We could have the world to ourselves, going to a place that's far, staring at the stars for hours, 'cause you're a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this place. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside. We can run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Oh, trust me, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you down.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to round 3, round 4, Mount Panorama. This is Split Sunset. Wednesday night, we bring it to you. It's the Sprint Series. We are live. My name is Jamie Conboy, and joined tonight by David Bender McNulty.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday evening.
Love Wednesday night. Sprint Series, it's back. It's a new format tonight, I believe. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've ever done this sort of thing before, where it's a mini enduro.
No, we haven't done this before, to my knowledge, in the Sprint Series. We have run this extended format in the final series, so if you've watched those previously in the past with us and been with us for a while, you may be familiar with the 90-minute races, but first time coming to the Sprint Series itself, which is exciting.
It is, and there's some interesting pit strategies and stuff that's going to come into play as well. We'll get through the settings soon, but at the moment we're very late on into qualifying here, as Shazrin doesn't quite get the dipper right, and it is our man Jeep Senekis up the top with a 2:01.2, very closely followed by Adam Cardillo. Not sure if I should be surprised. He's shown wicked pace in the last couple of weeks, but up there in P2 tonight in front of Alexis Clapano, who I am surprised to see, actually. I thought Alexis was pulling out this evening, so good to see Alexis Clapano posting a time there, because he's second in the championship. Adam is a surprise for me up there in P2. I'm actually really taken aback. That's a great lap from Adam Cardillo.
Yeah, I mean, Bathurst is one of those tracks. You've either got it or you don't. Can you live as close to the walls as humanly possible?
And for 90 minutes, indeed. Have you seen the weather forecast?
I have not. That's why I was asking. Is it going to rain?
I don't know. No, I haven't seen the weather forecast either. I just wanted to get the spice up. And I just wanted to talk it into existence, because how good would a little bit of rain been here at the start? But no, it's looking fairly dry here at Mount Panorama this evening. In other news, a new element has been added to the periodic table, designated by the letters AH. It is the element of surprise.
Okay.
Someone, you're going to have to elaborate on that one for me, Hamster. I'm a little bit slow tonight. AH. There's something we're missing there, Bender. AH. You're going to have to elaborate on that one, Hamster. Thank you very much for the $20, my friend. Yeah, forgive us for not being clued onto that one. But as I said, thank you very much for the $20. Welcome to Wednesday evening, everyone.
Look, I mean, if it's a dad joke, it's instantly top tier, because nobody else understands it other than Hamster.
We love a good dad joke, but as I said, mate, I'm sorry, I'm a bit slow. You're going to have to read into it for me. Someone's going to have to explain what's going on with Hamster's cryptic new element comment there. So, this is going to hurt us if it's pretty simple, straightforward. We're going to get in trouble for this one. Hello, Stuart Matthews. Jeeps and Eckers. I reckon it's a good one. I reckon that'll hang around for a little bit. Dante Fighty's in here as well. Matty Powell, as always, solid as a rock. Sean Muller, we miss you, mate. Not sure if you're still hanging around. Get back in here. Get back in this commentary booth. Get back in chat. We miss you, mate. Going through some more moving stuff, I believe. Sean Muller at the moment. Hello, Mrs. Tully. Who else is in here? Connor's in here. The GOAT is Connor Hind. 90 minutes tonight. And as I said, we had some... Hang on, where are these settings? I'll bring up the settings. So I don't think mandatory pit stops exist tonight.
No, that is correct. So theoretically, and I say the word theoretically, you could drive for 90 minutes on the one tank of fuel and the one set of tyres and complete this race. Now, is anyone going to be able to do that?
No.
No, because you will either A, run out of fuel, or B, which I think is more likely, stick it in the wall.
Good evening to you, Neil Alexander. Your thoughts on a zero-stop strategy?
I am ready for the chaos. They've wanted this for a while, the open door strategy, where the world is your oyster, but whilst possible to go 90 minutes, you're not going to have a good time.
Certainly not the ideal strategy, I wouldn't have thought. What is going to be the ideal strategy then? For 90 minutes, is it just going to be a...
crash.
Well, of course, that is a fairly significant part of the strategy.
Just keep doing that for 90 minutes. Don't crash.
45 minutes, don't crash, pit for fuel and tyres, go another 45 minutes without crashing, and you probably have a good top 5 coming your way. Love that from you, Firelord. Our head director of stewarding is going to pop in a chat and give us the rundown of the penalties, which was a very nice addition last week, it must be said. Maritz is in chat as well. Hello, Maritz. What bloody time is it wherever you are in the world? Always somewhere different you are. Where are you? What time is it? And what are you eating? And what are you wearing?
Asking the real question. If it's Europe, it'll be 10, 11 in the morning.
Race Labs absolutely hates this split. Absolutely hates it.
Oh, this is the one we had problems with last week.
Yeah, and it worked perfectly the night afterwards, so...
And you haven't changed anything, it's just this split in particular being cheeky. Not ideal. Oh, look at that Ginetta up the front there. What's going on with that? Is that a little bit different, that livery tonight? It looks a little bit... Something's a bit different about the Ginetta up the front tonight. It looks good. Speaking about the front...
Always.
This man, JP Senekis, he's leading the championship by a fairly long way already. And this is the halfway point. We've done 3 rounds. This is round 4, and we've got another 3 rounds after this one. So if Page gets the job done here tonight, he will be very well placed to take the Sunset Split Championship at the end of this one. Someone needs to respond tonight. And as I said, Alexis Clapano, currently P2, would have been the best shout. And up until very, very recently, wasn't racing tonight. So good to see Alexis coming to chase that crown and being able to put it on the grid tonight. P3, I think, was Alexis. Yep, P3. So not a bad spot to start from. Still can't get over that lap from Adam Cardillo. As I said, has had 2 top 10 finishes in the season already, so it's not like the pace has never been there, but that is an awesome qualifying position for Adam Cardillo. He'll very much enjoy running up the hill for the first time next to Peach. Sorry, Jeep. Jeep Senekis.
Let's get your predictions in chat. So ask you, JC and Malik. Do we think there will be a lap 1 safety car? I'm saying absolutely 100% yes.
Oh, yeah, yes. Well, I know there's no poll for that, but I'd say yes as well. It's the safe bet, yes. Is it not?
I mean, we all love a bit of carnage, don't we?
Especially in the dry too. Like if it had been raining, there's obviously that element of survival and maybe there would be no safety car. But I think in the dry, there'll be a lot of jostling for position early. And once there's one collision here, it is just a car park behind it. There's no way through up and down the mountain. So good chance of a safety car if that occurs. But until then, let's get this underway. 90 minutes of Bathurst joy coming your way with Page leading the way from the front there.
Green light, go,
and
go, go.
Adam Cardillo alongside him on the outside. Green flag racing underway. Everyone looking pretty tidy on the way up there. No real 3 wides. There's a little bit of argy-bargy back there. Looks like Chad potentially had to run wide there. It might have been someone behind him, but a pretty good run through turn 1 for a start. With 90 minutes in front of us, I'm sure a lot of these drivers will have survival in their mind, but as I said, it only takes 1 to kick off a really bad incident. Cardillo slips behind Clapano through turn 2, so the Lambo doing work up the hill. Clapano takes P2. Cardillo filters into P3. Still looking nice and cruisy at this point. Everyone just filtering into single file now as we go up the mountain for the first time.
Guess that's all clean so far, but as we come around to Skyline, that's where one mistake, particularly in the dipper, it can all kick off.
Very smooth for this first lap. Very nice, but hang on.
Oh, here we go.
There's one. Is that Clapano? I reckon that might be Alexis Clapano, who was up into P2 after turn 2 and was in front of Adam Cardillo on the way up the mountain. And there's a few extra deaths down here now too. That is definitely
Puck is blocked.
Chad Sugden.
Return to pits.
There's a big bottleneck behind us here too, though. This is we're looking at the front of a pretty large pack of cars. There's your safety car, Bender. Lap 1, you called it. There it is. Major. Yeah, you can see on the track map there is a huge
solid yellow
plug of cars in Skyline / Dipper there. So we haven't quite caught that one live, but I'm sure the replay hamsters will be frantically spinning their wheels at this point. So is that Velasquez who's gone up into P2? Clipano and Cardillo are now both in P13 and P14 respectively. So we saw Clipano obviously stopped on the side there. Maybe he had a bit of a rustle with Cardillo.
Yeah, it could be. We'll obviously have to check the replays as they come in. Here we go, first one coming through now.
Well, this is Chad Sugden. He's Worn Tyre Tribe's newest member. And he's come around McPhillamy there. Got a little bit wobbly on the inside curb, but kept it going straight. And then just took all of the inside wall there on their way down. Now, a lot of cars here doing the right thing and respecting yellow flags, but there's only so much you can do when that car is all over the track. I tell you what, they've done pretty well there, though. Absolutely. That's good respect of yellow flags on the way to the scene of the crime. And then...
Look at this! This is incredible!
That's rolling. So, I was going to say, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's the best bet. If the safety car has already been called, then just stop in your position. You're not losing out anything. And wow, I thought they had frozen that still for that long. That's amazing.
There you go.
Well played.
That's we've often joked about lining up starter races in a single file, straight line. That there is worthy of stubby holders for the split, I reckon. Just so neatly park it up when the track's blocked ahead. It's incredible.
This is Clipano with Cardillo behind. Clipano, your red Lamborghini. And wide. So Clipano did it to himself, but Cardillo looks to have got through cleanly. So what's happened to Cardillo? Why has Cardillo fallen back through the field when he was right next to Clipano and I thought it was those two coming together? It's clearly not the case. Cardillo...
Everything's been self-inflicted.
I guess so.
That's standard Bathurst behaviour.
Cardillo not even inside the top 23 now, so maybe has gone to complete his mandatory pit stop. And
No mandatory pit stop, JC.
wow, yeah, exactly. Good call. That's why everyone's green. So, not the start Cardillo would have wanted.
So I got a request from the Tasty Tea in chat saying, please watch on board from Ab's perspective. It's amazing.
Speaking of Babby, go and get on.
About when. Michael Babb.
Who's this one? I haven't got a... Oh, boop.
Oh, bang.
What's happened there? Is that after the safety car has been called, potentially? Oh. Right. That's during the safety car. I was going to say, that's on the way up the mountain.
That's a paddling.
That's well after the safety car's been called. Goodness me.
Someone will be getting a stop-go 30 for that, I reckon. don't want to anticipate what the stewards are doing, but whack, I reckon.
This timing board still playing games with me a little bit. Oh,
What are they doing?
what are we doing now?
What are we doing?
Cars are unlapping
What the fuck are we
themselves,
doing?
maybe? Or the safety cars had a wheel disconnect, potentially?
No.
The safety cars had a little bit of a
What's with us
hardware
safety car
issue.
drivers? Aren't you paid enough? One job. Don't turn
Last
the fucking car off.
We had the unsafety car last week nearly roll out onto the
Oh,
straight
my
at
heart is-
Hungary. So this is, Michael Babb's Honda. Babby starting from the back of the field, started from the pit lane. There was all sorts of sympathy spinning happening there. I think 1, 2, and then Babby nearly also had a spin, but managed to catch it.
Cars almost did the same thing.
The exact same spin at the same spot. So this is Babby, as I said, coming from the back of the field, white flags being shown. So the safety car's being called, and he turns up to this. He's gone. It's pretty ambitious.
Ambitious.
Oh dear.
That won't go in your scrapbook, I tell you that much. Cheeky little monkey.
5
Cheeky
seconds
little
per
gorilla.
overtake.
Cheeky little gorilla.
Oh dear.
So for anyone in chat who isn't aware, this is Michael Babb's last race for a little while. We're of course doing
Yeah, because he's got a race ban.
That many illegal overtakes.
Oh, I love you, Babby.
Race, man.
You may need to redress a few spots, champion.
That would have blown up a Codemasters game. That was a fair amount of overtakes on the safety car. How's the field looking? Still a couple back there in the pit lane, so potentially one more lap under safety car while those drivers catch up to the back of the field.
Ryan in chat saying that was the Johnny Herbert line.
Not wrong.
Stop go 30 for car 808, who we watched create a fairly significant accident under safety car. That was the one up the hill under the Audi Sport sign. So that's a big whack.
Presumably that will pop up after the safety car enters the pits, otherwise there's no real point giving it to them now because they'll just come out last.
Safety car has done more laps than car 501 by the look of that.
Safety car driver of the day.
No, it's not. They turned the car off, Bender. They avoided that win.
Alright, so here we go. Safety car is pulling away. We've got a few stragglers at the back. Not sure they're going to catch up in time. But JC, take us away for the second restart.
Won't be too bad for those cars at the back there. They will probably get very close to catching up, but even if they don't, they're on the lead lap, so they're well away from any front of the pack traffic. It's been a good safety car for them, regardless of whether they catch up or not. But Peach, good little restart there. Velasquez not caught napping. Our gamepad lad right there in P2 now after Cardillo and Clapano both dropped off. So it'll be Velasquez and Senekis, that front little battle. We watched them go at it at Hungary last week. It was really close for the first stint. And then Velasquez caught himself a little penalty and Page ran away with it. But that'll be what we watch for the first half an hour or so. See how that develops. Everyone coming through turn one really nicely. A couple ran wide there, but nothing too shabby and no incidents. And on their way up to turn two, they go again under full green speed racing. So where has Babby shaken out after all of that? He's done a bit of redressing by the sound of it.
Yeah,
So
looks like he's down in P30 at the moment, so I think he's given some positions back.
good to hear. Welcome back. Welcome back. So 3 BMWs. That car looking real strong here at Bathurst with Senekis, Velasquez and Maddox as well. Currently your 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not the ideal line through there from, I think that was Hignett in the Bentley.
Now it's a cut.
And then there's a big 2 wide incident back there as they tried to navigate Skyline 2 wide, which is never really ever going to work. Jeez, it takes some high quality drivers to make that work. And
Oh no! Oh, how close was that? 2 wide to be in a collision.
yeah. They've done all the right things there. Unfortunately, just have to park it and wait for everyone to come past, and they have.
It's been 10 minutes already. I feel like we've just had everything going on all at once.
That's it. That's the first racing lap. Get a little indication as Page comes over the line as to what pace is like. 2:02.5 from Page on his first lap, so he has gunned it out the blocks. Velasquez had a nice opening sector, but then Page ran away with it over the mountains. The BMW looking really sharp across the mountain. Godfrey here, a bit of Honda on Honda action as he tries to get past Christopher Taylor. onto another car that is particularly strong here. Used to be worse. I don't think this new Honda is quite as strong as the old Honda used to be here.
Oh, it used to be God tier. I think it was probably wrong here, but I think it was getting like 290 or something off the back straight down Conrod. That was incredible. Still some yellow flags at the back, but it looks like for most of the field, everything is starting to settle down. Yeah, people getting into the rhythm again of driving around.
Nice forecast. Beautiful sunshine. Next half an hour at least.
Say that, and then there's a crash up ahead. Who is that? From the, you know, is that Maddox?
I think it
Just
might
had
be
a little
Maddox.
moment?
Yeah. Yeah, Velasquez in a different shade of BMW. So yeah, Maddox under a lot of pressure now from Pass. And Taylor and Godfrey not far behind there either.
That rear wing seen better days on Maddox's car. Oh, he's going to get a double overtake here by the Hondas. Wow.
Yeah, both Hondas went past. So Pass has got him. Taylor and Godfrey as well. Timing board not quite reflecting that, but yeah, he's wounded that BMW unfortunately, and that's going to be a long way to drive around with that kind of damage. Yeah, he's struggling with that car already. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws it in the box here. So that's going to be the Battle of Bathurst for every driver. As we said at the start, ideal strategy is just not crash. Easier said than done on this track, to be sure.
Well, now, let's just replay here. Oh, that's a bit of a
Oh,
moment.
yeah. This is the yellow flags you spotted, Bender. Getting off the racing line, so... Oh, not too bad. Just got to wait now. Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not it.
Well, I mean... what's everyone-
Fatality!
Everyone laughs at my rejoin of Paul Ricard.
Yes,
We've
they
seen some other shockers over the years, but I don't think we've ever seen one caused by someone reversing back onto the track.
They looked like they were getting it right too. They were patient, they were waiting, and it looked like everyone was going to get through cleanly, and everyone was obeying yellow flags, and it was all going to end nicely, and not quite. Who's that parked there? You can't park there, sir. That's another BMW. Not sure who that is on the left-hand side there. Oh, Don's in chat. Don, he's an early withdrawal tonight. Another one of the BMW drivers. What's happened, Don? Got him in the dipper apparently. And that'll be it for Don. He's pulled the plug. 15 minutes in. Our first victim.
I was going to say now that we are 15 minutes in, we're approaching a range of 75 minutes where if you keep it clean and you keep the tyres in reasonable nick as we watch collision here, you
That's
probably
Babby.
could.
That is Michael Babb in the 666 Honda. I'm not sure what he was trying to attempt there. He's just gone a little bit hard up the inside of a couple of slower drivers there and ended up right up their rear. That's not like Babby.
I was going to say, if you pit now, you're almost on the range of making it on fuel to the end. Whether you crash or anything is up to you, but roughly possible now.
Cardillo looking really nice around the outside of Hards there. Sean kind of just let him through by the look of it, but Cardillo clearly has the pace, so he's got a lot of room in front of him now to put some good laps together. And having qualified from P2, he's got good laps in him. What sort of recovery can he go on from down there in P21 at the moment? Peach looking super solid up the front with a purple lap. He's now 3 seconds clear of Velasquez. This is Kevin behind Malloy, trying to get into the top 10. Eric Scarney and Reece Penfold, the two AM drivers. I know Eric Scarney loves Bathurst. He's riding home here, but that's very nice work from Reece Penfold as well. Two AM class drivers at the head of this pack here.
I was going to say, are there more than one Penfold?
there is more than one Penfold, and I believe they are both R Penfold. So it's Reese Penfold in the 72 entry
Father
up
and
there
son?
in P8. And Rob Penfold is also in an Aston. I say also as if I knew what Reese was in. No, Reese is in a Lambo, and Rob is in the Aston. And as Mull said, father-son. So Reese really enjoying himself here up in P8, and Eric Scarney doing nicely as well in P9 as this battle develops down here. This involves those drivers as well as Malloy and Kefford. Scarney, that front car there in the Mercedes. Right livery there from Chad Petherbridge. Oh, that's Eric Scarney. I've talked a man up.
Oh, you've cursed the man.
Absolutely cursed him straight into the chase.
I'm proud of that one. Not because it was Scarney, but because it was a fair curse.
I'm sorry, Eric. Long way to go, mate, and it's your favourite track. You'll be right. He'll come back.
He'll send invoice to Jamie Conboy.
Justin Tate looking very likely here behind Chad Petherbridge. Porsche not super strong in the straight line, but neither is the BMW. Who can get on the brakes latest? It's going to be the order of the day up here.
I think the Beamer's got it covered on the inside line.
Yeah, Porsche just not enough legs to get him up the straight, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait patiently, Justin, and continue to apply that pressure. Brad Robertson also looking pretty good there behind them. So a couple of drivers having really nice starts. A couple of drivers not so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it, isn't it? Bathurst, you want to just really try and keep it clean, and if you were anywhere in the mid to the back of the field, if you kept it clean, you're probably up about 10 positions by now, given the carnage that unfolded.
Here's what happened to my man Scarney. What's going on down here?
Too much curb.
All sorts of that inside curb. Held the brakes, did the best he could to get everything right there, so unlucky. That throws him back into P15, which is not a whole lot of positions net lost. And still only that 15 sort of second gap up to Reese Penfold as they chase down the AM win, so he's still in that, Scarney. Not ideal, but still, as we said, 70 minutes to go in this one, so a lot of time left. This Honda on Honda action continues. This little saga between Godfrey and Taylor has been ongoing for a couple of laps now. It's another sort of scenario where one car is as equally good in a straight line as the other. And so, again, the front car hangs on to that position, in this case P4.
Yeah, I think Taylor just being helped a little bit by a bit of a slipstream from Haas as well up ahead.
Go the Nissan.
Nissan's quick too.
Yeah, well, it's a bloody good slipstream to be in, the Nissan slipstream, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a massive brick.
Whoa, who's that? That's Maddox, who was up there in P3 early on in this race, and then we watched him have that issue where he pitted afterwards, and now again struggling to keep that BMW going in the right direction is Maddox. So an unfortunate start to this race for him. Brad Robertson in for a good shout here. He's currently P12, didn't get him going straight. Hasn't had a top 10 yet in Sunset Split this season. Of course, on 3 rounds down, but if we can pinch a top 10 here, he'll be very happy with that, will Brad Robertson.
I was going to say, if we just go back on board, but it'd be interesting to see what the Beamer gets up to on the straight. A tow from the Porsche as well.
Oh, never mind that. Chat's going berserk. What have we got? It's happening. What's happening?
The forecast is updated as we see. Who was that spinning off in the background there? We've got light rain in 30 minutes, Jamie. Light rain in 30 minutes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. The hairs are standing up a little now.
Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be insane. I bet you nobody would have filled their car up thinking, oh, I'll just run 75-minute stint in pit with 15 to go. Everyone's like, oh yeah, there's an hour and a half. I'll pit around 45, 50 minutes. We could be on a 2-stop race here, JC.
Whoa. Look out. Oh, I just want it to come now. Now that I know it's coming. Oh, this next half an hour. Just bring it on. Replay hamster's doing God's work tonight. Plenty of cheese. That is a drift. Oh, they managed to pull it up there. I thought that was another pause. I thought that was a patented Mull pause, and then no, everyone kept coming. So it looks like, and that looks like Chad Sugden, the white McLaren, the entire tribe entry. I'm not sure if there's another one of those in here. Abby doing really nicely here, coming from the back of the field. He voluntarily started from the pits tonight, did Babby. In this, his final sprint race for quite some time. So, really enjoys Bathurst. He'll be having a bit of fun out here tonight. He's not pushing for a podium, he just wants to go from last and see how far he can go in 90 minutes, and looking very nice here. He's up to P21 after less than half an hour, so he'll look forward to the rain too. He loves the rain. He's one of our strongest advocates for the All Rain series, which so should get going. Just quite.
There's a lot of hate for rain and wet races out there. It's a bit like this love for Paul Ricard. It's led by the vocal minority, and if anything in today's society is to go by, it's the vocal minority that gets listened to. So
Minority? It was a democracy. And it was voted in, which is a majority. Just because you're the minority, you know how to rejoin that track, buddy.
Look, don't come in here, Neil, speaking facts and ruining my little spiel.
And wet racing, whilst fun, it's also boring as hell to watch.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually bring on great wheel-to-wheel racing.
It doesn't need to be broadcast, just put it on for those of us.
It doesn't need to be anything.
Give the people what they want.
All right.
Hang the table.
I'm going to start a series all wet. I'm not going to tell you when or where. You just have to be ready at any time. You can have a go bag ready.
Now you're talking. It's either on, it's one of Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, or Saturday night. It's one of those 4 time slots.
It'll be at 4 a.m. on the back end of a Tuesday morning.
4 a.m. raining death split. Let's go.
Here we go. Breaking news from the stewards. Mullock's been given a stop-go 30 for bringing politics into the discussion.
Did I? I just brought facts. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bit deep
Side
under
by
brace
side
there
here.
from Leans. Leans trying to get past Capano's down here at P17. Didn't quite work out for him, and then Bab says, thank you very much. He has one. So Bab threw on Leans, who looks to be a bit squirrely there too, coming out of the cutting.
He kept his livery.
Page looking. This is a great livery, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, very...
No, it's not.
No?
Not sure which part of this livery is good, to be honest.
I'm a big fan of this livery.
Shame if you binned it.
I thought you were being...
Facetious.
No, well, you are being facetious.
I am.
I didn't think you were being facetious. There's a lot of those still out there. I think they're all remnants from the pineapple livery week we had last week.
Yeah, pretty
We
much.
haven't had a few of them reset.
So what's happened to Vazquez? Is he pit? Is that what's happened?
Disconnected.
Disconnected, okay.
Oh no!
So, that's unfortunate for Gamepad Lad as it moves the Nissan up to P2. Alex Pass in the Pro-Am class. Has he had a podium this season? This could be a PB for Alex.
He's at a top 10, but hasn't found himself on the podium. our man Alex passed. So yeah, on a really good shot at the moment. That's sad for Velasquez having disconnected. That's not what you want at all. He's only participated in the 2 rounds, but is currently 4th in the championship, having missed a race. So he was on as well for a challenge to McKinns and Clapano and Senekis, those top lads. That is not the line through there from, I think, Taylor in the green one. So he goes and falls behind Godfrey for the first time. Godfrey will say thank you very much. Those two have been joint at the hip for the first half an hour, those 2 Hondas. Godfrey finally gets through on Taylor.
I've possibly found the funniest thing I've ever seen on ACC.
That's a big call.
It is.
You've seen a lot of things in ACC. That is a big call. I am looking forward to this footage. So it might be Cardillo. No, that's not Cardillo. Oh my goodness. Where are you going? This is Velasquez disconnecting. What? And then he's just sitting there too. Like, imagine all these other cars coming down into the chase here. What the hell's going on over there?
Good evening, this is Air Traffic Control. Car 356, you have permission for takeoff. Runway to chase is clear.
And then just stops there. Oh, that's amazing.
Love it. Just where it was as well.
So imagine being in a 2-wide battle coming into the chase and you just see that over there.
Oh, gee
You can't park there, Matt Powell.
Of course, the old pass that we got in chat. Roads,
We're
we're
going.
going. We don't need roads.
Oh, I believe I can fly. Hope you come back down to earth soon, Velasquez.
Oh, another big penalty. Another stop, go 30 coming through. This time for an unsafe rejoin. I'm not sure if that one we saw at turn 1 was it. But it was an unsafe rejoin, so it could be that one. Yeah.
Probably caused the most carnage I've seen without making contact. Cars behind just tried to avoid him reversing, and that was
It
it.
did make contact on the last one.
What was that?
I think it did make contact at the end.
No, the one that he's at the turn 1.
Yeah.
No
It
contact.
looked like, okay, maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe it was the cars in front that made contact.
Yeah, they made contact with each other to send them around, but that's only because one of the cars closest to him was trying to avoid and turned
Okay.
into the car next to him, which you're entitled to try and to avoid that, because either way you're going to be in trouble. But yeah, unfortunate. We move on.
Indeed. And that's a learning moment for Sean Renfrey. He'll get a chance to watch that one back and he'll learn from that. No worries. And move on.
Oh,
It's a
definitely.
lot of learning moments tonight, JC.
Oh yeah, we're only half an hour down and we've all learnt a lot already. So there's a lot of learning moments here at Bathurst. That's why we love it.
Damage there on Ellis's car. Direct commentator Kurz Scani.
Hey, what? Back up in a P12 already though. He's got pace. He's really driving nicely.
Trying to curse him again.
He's
Mate,
he's
he's
looking
already-
really good. Oh no.
Leave the man
that's-
alone.
Speaking of stop go 30s, that man's doing his own stop go 30 now. So I don't know whether he's already no, it's still there. He hasn't served it yet. So on his way in to serve his stop go 30, Renfrey finds himself parked sideways and looks like everyone got through there pretty safely. Not a lot of traffic in front of him. Only the 4 cars while he was sideways, and then managed to get it going again before that McLaren found its way to... Oh, that's very wide there. That's a Honda back there. That's an Audi. Jordan Finch going pretty wide there at turn 1, and now under a lot of pressure from Alexis Clapano, who gets that one well done before the Audi Sport sign, meaning that they can tuck in, drop it down to 3rd through there. There might be some cars that go through in 2nd there, potentially.
I think it just depends on your personal preference, how you feel amongst the corner.
So
Have you done
many
much
yellow
practice?
flags.
Sorry.
What were you saying, mate?
I was just asking Bender if he's done much practice for this one, because he doesn't do a great deal of practice for our sprint series, but this is a big
What's
event.
practice, mate?
No, so I'm going to take that as a no.
Practice is... Oh!
Oh my God.
Goodness!
That is
two-wheel
Justin
action there
Tate.
from Justin Tate.
Justin Tate trying to join Velasquez in the sky with that one. Oh, it's going to be some damage on that Porsche now.
See it.
Oh, no.
Look at that. I was about to say, left it on board. Here we go.
In. If he makes it to the pits.
The candidate for just going straight on here.
Yeah, any more sideways and he was going to come down on his roof there, Justin Tate. So yeah, this will be a very quick pit lane entry. Scani won't be too far behind now. Avoids him, moves up into P11. Tatey comes into the pits. And he'll probably go for some fresh tyres and fuel now and try and scrape through the end.
We've seen Christopher Taylor pit from P3. As he was saying, strategy's wide open. No mandatory stops tonight for this round. And I don't think he would have taken enough fuel to get to the 10 to 30 minute mark of where the rain will start, which is, I believe, a lot of drivers wouldn't have taken full tanks. But it's probably worth doing in a 90-minute race, to be honest. It opens up your strategies.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to save that much time over a whole step anyway.
Nah. You just want to stay to the walls and not get damaged, because that's where you lose all the time. A lot of these incidents are all self-inflicted.
Yep. Yeah, well, this man's driving beautifully. Reece Penfold
Isn't he ever?
has come out of absolute nowhere, really, and he's just up here in P4, if you don't mind. We were talking about it before with Scani, and they were P8 and P9. He's gone past Malloy, Keffin, Pettenbridge, Robertson, McKinns in that time. And they're all very fast drivers in their own right, so Reece having a blinder here, and at the moment, looks like he's got the pace on Godfrey as well. He's just tucked into the slipstream here at the moment. Very interested to see how this develops. He looks really pacey in this lovely green Lambo. Godfrey coming into the pits now, so Penfold takes P3 on track as they come over the line with 55 minutes to go. Great start to this one for Reece Penfold.
I shouldn't laugh before I show everyone what's the things I see, but
Hang on,
just
sorry.
just taking a stab at it. But this is
He is almost on his door mirror.
It'd make a good photo for
Yeah,
promo shoot or something, wouldn't it?
it's a great photo. Somewhere in there is a great photo. Just snapped on him before he got to the braking zone. I'm sure he had a little clip on the inside wall there before he got to the section where the anchors were required, but he just got it all wrong, and yeah, he was sideways. He was nearly on his door.
So, I just want to draw our attention to the weather forecast. Where's my rain gone?
well, it's just a little sprinkle. It's a little sprinkle. It's coming.
It is coming,
A
right?
little
It means
tease
it's still
then.
anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes from now.
Yep.
I'm reading that
And
right.
it can last for anywhere between 20 minutes.
So we'll see soon.
I reckon it'll be a 10-minute shower.
The rain will develop in that 10-minute box, and as Mel said, we'll get 10 minutes worth of it. Is it going to be enough
That's
to
going to mix up
really?
strategies, isn't it?
Is it
It's
going
not
to
even
wet
worth
the
pitting
track,
for
or is
wets
it-
then.
I don't know. If it's only going to be a 10-minute shower,
Yeah, but it's
surely
a
you
tough
just
track
stay
for
out.
it's a tough track for grip. If it gets a little bit slippy, oh, you're risking it a lot.
So you reckon come
Wow.
in? No, that's
Oh,
not. That was
I wanna
laps ago we were talking about Reece. You can't just hold the camera on him for the whole race and not expect that to be a curse. Oh, he's coming in, is Reece. So he might have just gone for a bit of a halfway fuel mark as well. Page doing it easy up front here now. 15 seconds clear of Pro-Am pass. And a full 24 seconds clear of his next pro opponent, which is McKinns now in P3 after Penfold pitted.
We've got so many pro drivers from that top bracket tonight. within the first 30 minutes. Oh, BP Ultimate Sign sent a few scrapes in its days. Okay, the livery does look nice, just don't like the team name. It's a very Aussie livery.
The green and gold, yeah. Little bit of blue flag traffic coming up here for Peach, but a nice big conrod straight in front of him. You would expect him to navigate this pretty cleanly. Lambo even putting the indicator on there for him. Very nice work there from the Lambo.
Not sure where McKinn started, but he's definitely gained a lot of position so far during this race.
He's doing really well up there. P3.
Not getting involved in this because everyone I've spoken about so far has been in the pits 2 laps later. So
Go on, say it.
no, you're doing really poorly, McKinsey. Need to get your shit together.
Oh, there's a incident and exit and chase.
Yeah, we're coming up to it now. There's a couple of cars around here, by the look of it. There's one. There's two.
Oh no, is that?
Oh, it's Taylor. He was P3 or 4 at one stage. He's got a lot of damage on that Honda. I think he's hit a car that's already binned it, by the looks of that. 69.
Didn't he pitched a couple of laps ago, Taylor?
Yep, from about 3rd or 4th. And teleported straight at the pits.
Oh, that bad.
We'll try and find out what's happened.
Must have been some terrible damage. Like, maybe you couldn't start, maybe hardware, because he's right next to the pit lane. You would think he would just crawl that back. It's literally just across the road is the pit lane, so it's a weird spot to teleport back to pits from unless something's seriously wrong with that car. Cardillo all over the back of Scani here. Cardillo, as we mentioned, has come from a long way back in this field after qualifying from P2 and is a very, very fast driver. Scani up here mixing it with the big boys now. Let's see how the Mercedes goes as it lugs Scanon up the straight. Cardillo tucked right in behind. Scani taking the outside line and in fact not using all of the outside tracks.
Oh, that is a late send.
A good position to defend there from Scani. Does nicely. Cardillo having a little bit of a look and made sure that Scani broke at the latest possible point. Made him earn it. And both drivers doing nicely to carry on and fight again. Up the mountain they go. Good driving from both. Replay here of... Okay, have you already or is it... Oh no. Oh, it is 2. Oh no. Oh, that's painful to watch.
Oh,
and
bang!
The second boop on the way. He's already dead. Oh no.
Well, I'll tell you now, everyone. We might be giving harsh penalties for rejoins, but I'm about to up it to DQs. It's just inexcusable to do that. You've got to be aware of your surroundings and not ruin someone's race. We all make mistakes, and that's fine. But it's going to be harsher punishments moving forward.
Bender's having a little bit of a laugh about it. He knows that was a poor one. That's another poor one, not the first one we've seen. This is Cardillo on Scani again. These two still battling.
Got it this time.
Looks like he's got it done. And the BMW, going a little bit, pitching a little bit under brakes there, Cardillo. So he's got a very nosy setup, but got it under control nicely before the chase and completed the move. So up to P8 now for Cardillo. And Scani will hopefully tuck in behind him. He'll know Cardillo is very quick. He'll be very happy to just tuck in behind here and maybe pick up a thing or two as he tries to follow him through the field. 8 and 9 with 49 minutes to go for these two.
Yeah, JC, just on the topic of rejoins, all I'll say is after this week, you could make a compilation of OOR's top 10 worst rejoins video, and I don't think my Paul Ricard rejoin will make the list.
It'll be on there 6 times because I'm making the video.
Oh, bang.
That's a bit of tap.
Speaking of disqualifications for unsafe rejoins, it looks like we've had one. Car 6-9 has been disqualified for an unsafe rejoin.
Well,
So
they must
all
have
over
read
at the
my
stewards.
mind.
Yeah.
Like, first off, I don't want to call any drivers out. I don't want to put anyone on pedestals. I don't want to berate anyone. But mistakes do happen. You just got to accept those and learn from it and improve for next time. That's it. That's all there is to it. And maybe send a message to the person that you hit and say sorry.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
That one's a big one. I've been taken out in the past. I got a message straight away after the race, and it just makes you feel instantly better. Because people do practice. People do put a lot of effort in. But yes, mistakes do happen, and you're not going to get banned from OOR for making a mistake. Unless it's a common occurrence and you do it every single race, then you might get a tap on the shoulder.
I don't think we've ever had that happen though. You'd have to be
Oh,
really
we've had
not
it.
paying attention.
We've had it happen. We've had it happen. Only in the F1 series, though.
Oh, right.
Yes, it was bon voyage. Packed bags on your way. See you later. Thanks for stopping by.
You have to tell me that story one day. That sounds good.
Oh, well, once upon a time. No, do nothing. My mum and my dad. No, anyway. Clapano's going all right up here. Making
He's
his
come
way
back nicely. He's not far behind Cardillo. Those guys, as I said, 2 and 3 at the start. And then both of them dropped simultaneously to 13-14. And I don't know after that whether they both pitted or ended up further back. But they have gone on the same race, really, tonight, Cardillo and Clapano. So Clapano now makes his way past Scani 1 lap later than Cardillo did, which has given Cardillo a little bit of breathing room up there. About 2 seconds clear is Cardillo. But yeah, Clapano, as you said, doing really nice work, as is Cardillo, to make a fist of this race.
We've lost 6 cars already, and rain in 10 minutes. As you see, the clouds are now well and truly over this circuit.
Yep.
So this is going to be very interesting. It's only a short little shower, and then the sun will come out again.
Do you think there's a high chance these cars are pitting for wets?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know how long the rain is. Can I answer that in 6 minutes?
No.
Fuck.
What are you doing? If you see this come up now, you've seen the weather, you've seen that it popped up half an hour ago, you know it's coming in 10, you know it's probably going to be about 6 or 8 minutes worth of
If
rain.
I'm a driver, I'm waiting till the rain comes, and I'm seeing if, once the rain starts, if that 10-minute mark, it clears up by then. But it's hard. If I'm Ferrari, I'm making a strategy right now and not basing it off anything. But I'm going to say pit. Basically, because there's half an hour left for the race once this rain's gone.
And you're pitting onto wets, not to fresh softs. You're pitting, not fresh softs, fresh dries. You're going onto wets for 10 minutes and then pitting again.
Will the track... It goes from greasy to damp. Oh, Scani. Greasy to damp. If it goes to damp, you're going to have to. It's just going to be too dicey.
All right, Malak, we are going to Plan B. Plan B for barriers.
Basically.
That's Ferrari.
All good, Paul.
We are halfway through.
Name was Christopher Taylor. Chris is a nice bloke. I know you are as well, Paul. Just send them a message. Apologise for that. We move on. At least you avoided the rain.
Well, yeah, it's not a...
We did full stints in pissing rain here at the 12. Not worth boxing in pissing rain. Extra doubt.
Full stints.
Depends how
price
long it was.
with dry tyres. Is that what you're saying? Full stint. It was absolutely hammering down at the 12. That was wet tyre weather without a doubt.
If it's a full stint you're doing, you might as well change to the wets.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about 2 stops in the space of 10 minutes. That feels like it'd be...
Yes, but you might have to have
I
a second
know.
stop because you've been it.
I know what you're saying. It is going
Yes.
to be a really, really risky, big balls decision if someone stays out there on dries, or indeed if they pit for a new set of dries and try and not rain them through 10 minutes of rain. It's going to be a big call when it comes upon us in...
Well,
Less than 10
I'm making the
minutes.
prediction now.
Yeah.
I reckon Sneakers comes in for wets if he's got the fuel. He can afford to do it though. So maybe
Yeah,
that's
Peach
not
can.
fair. It'll be interesting to see what Alex Pass and Thomas McInnes do. Well, always got 15-second penalties, so he's dropped down the order. Oh, there's a few cars that haven't pitted. I wish the graphic worked because they would have showed who's pitted and when and what and how. Race Labs hates you, Split Sunset.
Just this split in particular.
It's just this
that's-
split, yeah. It
that's
works for
weird.
it works for the multi-class and it works perfectly on a Thursday night. So I don't even know how to look into it until the races are on.
Yeah.
We shall suss it out.
So, blink and you miss it. We're now over halfway through this race. Now, are we not? 45 minutes would have been the halfway point.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, there you go. Time flies when you're having fun.
Speaking of fun, Velasquez back
He's
from
back.
his airline gamepad is back in action. Great to see him head back out there though after a disconnect because it's pretty deflating when you're going well to be disconnected. F1 on Sunday. Fuck.
Too soon.
I tell you what,
Oh, no.
that's probably the least amount of fun I've ever had.
Oh, no.
And I've spent many a time in hospital. Pull my teeth before I
no.
do that again. Anyway, we move on.
Game's esports ready, so it's alright.
The thing was, it wasn't even a full disconnect. It just went black. And I was third. And then before you know it, that car's spun there. Is that Clapano?
I think it is.
We're just talking him up.
Yes.
We're on fire.
It is. It's the same spot he had the issue in the first
no.
lap, too.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's facing
No!
this is even-
Oh, you got to be cautious.
Oh, no.
I don't
he
think he's
wasn't
done
moving.
anything wrong there.
Yeah, that's it. He wasn't moving. He's entitled to try and get around at some point.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, in the middle.
He's
Oh,
trying.
no.
He's trying. He's trying.
not too
Leave him
shabby.
alone.
Not too bad. Managed pretty well.
No, stop. No, it's
He's
dead
already dead.
Looks like he's struggling to go again here, though. I don't know how that steering arm's looking. He's in all sorts of trouble now, Capano. Maybe it would have been best to have just returned to pits. This is the exact same spot he got it wrong, lap 2. In a different way. Yeah, it
Got a
was
720.
same spot, almost the same way.
8 of 10. 8 out of 10 for that pirouette.
Needs more air.
So we wait with bated breath for this little drizzle, for shizzle. That is not. You can't park there, Babby. You can't
Babby.
park there, Babby. Babby, wrong direction, Babby. If you get.
Zero traction control Honda. Even in
he's
zero
going to get
traction
DQ.
control.
Babby, quick!
Spin him
Oh,
up,
he's
mate.
even
Just
reversing it.
spin him up. Just zero traction control, get him spun up, turn it round. Just going to wait for these two to go. I don't know, this is going to be close to a DQ. He's been parked for a while.
You'll be right. This is an F1 game.
Yeah, it doesn't give you. It gives you more than 10 seconds.
It gives you a chance.
So even our best drivers coming afoul of 90 minutes worth of some of these curbs. The last corner curb is pretty raised. The one at Chase, pretty deadly. And of course that one in McPhillamy. Some cars really don't like that one in McPhillamy. Others are okay with it, but there's a few that avoid that one entirely.
Hey, Paul. It's not far away. I can taste it.
Who's this Page has got behind him? It's not Pass, is it? That's not a Nissan behind him, is it? Page had a little bit of an issue before.
That's a very small looking Nissan. That's Mr. Bub now.
Cool,
Who I
Bub now?
also think started from the back, didn't he? And rain's here. The rain is
There
here.
it is. Jeez, it started coming down quickly.
No,
too.
you can't pit now.
And
No,
it's increasing rain in 10 minutes. It's getting heavier.
Here we
It's
go.
all-
No,
already gone
fuck
to
you.
fast.
You're not pitting. I am pitting.
It's
I'm pitting.
already gone to fast, and it's already gone
to
to green. It has gone really wet really quickly. Look how heavy that rain
It's
is.
not worth pitting though. I think it is at this track, but
Reserved judgment.
It's already greasy. Given how fast it's changed, you've got to pit, surely.
no, you two can't pit. You've been banging on this drama about no pitting are not worth the 10 minutes. Chris Withers pitted, but a bit early. He's in the fence, halfway lap. Maybe maybe he's taking those tyres off the barrier there, chucking them on. That's a great strat. Pit lane is an absolute hive of activity.
Oh no, my man Chris Withers stuck in the wrong spot there, having to try and turn that around up the top of the mountain's never fun.
Let's see who puts them on.
Oh mate, with this heavy rain, almost everyone's going to put them on, surely.
Nah, it looks fine. I can't tell yet.
Yeah, I think almost everyone comes in here. That's very heavy rain for a start, but the fact that in 10 minutes from now it's going to be heavier.
Well, let's just go. Well, okay, JP is in the pits. Does this man throw the wets on?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, you've absolutely sold me on it now. As I said, if it was only going to be 10 minutes of light rain,
It is only going to be about 10 minutes of rain. It will clear up, but what's the track now? Is it still green? Is it greasy?
It was greasy before. There you go. Rain easing in 10 minutes. It's gonna stop raining in 10 minutes.
Oh, I don't know. It's changed twice already. McKinn's out here on
It'll be
tries.
okay
This
for now.
corner would be horrible in the wet. That uphill, off-camera sort of bumpy part on the right-hand side. He caught that the wrong way. Oh, he is all over the place at the moment now.
You're backing right off.
Oh. This would be super scary. Pass also yet to pit with Nissen. So these two doing God's work out here on the dry tyres at the moment. Peach has pitted and is back out on track in P3. So we'll see how quickly those wet tyres catch up.
He's on dries.
What?
I don't think anyone's put the wets on, but I got a feeling. Well, I hope you'll bin it.
What? I can't believe that.
Oh, well, we've got one. Reese Penfold, or is that Rob?
No, that'd be Reese.
Track
Reese
is
has had a good
damp.
race.
So less than 10 minutes of rain left, and that's it. What can he do in that 10-minute window? Maybe he takes the wets all the way after 25 minutes.
Nah, you couldn't, surely. Guess it depends how long it's damp for, really.
Yeah, it dries up pretty quickly. Oh, that's deep.
Oh,
I mean, I was going to say, as we watch him go through the sandpit there, putting on the wets is damage insurance. You know, you're less likely to bin it, but you're going to have to stop again. So I guess it's a trade-off. Do you think you'll spend less time?
Well, based off that drop.
oh. That's Thomas McKinn's currently in P2 and about 15 or 16 seconds clear of Peach. That's he's just completely missed turn one there. The brake marker obviously moving in the wet, but even still, that looks like Peach going through there. So Peach on the wet tyre. No, you said Peach stayed on dries, did you not?
Stayed on dries, yeah. He just
I
missed his brake marker.
believe that. Oh, bigger balls than me, that's for sure. I'll be on wets here for sure, without a doubt.
I hope this happens tomorrow night.
Yeah, mate, me too. Oh, that looks like Capano.
We're losing.
There's death everywhere. Capano's already had enough incidents tonight. He returns to pits. He's had enough.
Oh, this race. There's a bit of everything.
Alexis Capano, P2 in the championship with a handful of podiums and top 10s to his name, has returned to pits here at Bathurst with half an hour to go.
Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, after seeing this tonight, you do not want to miss tomorrow.
No way. And hey, we're not done yet. We've still got Porsche Cup BMWs after this, do we not?
We do.
Correct.
Oh. So you think last week was interesting with the Porsche Cups trying to pass the BMWs at Hungary. What are the Porsche Cups supposed to do? We haven't even looked up what we're doing with that. How are the Porsche Cups getting past the BMWs here? Never mind that. That's a Honda round. That's Geffen. Facing the wrong way as well.
Someone else, sneaking through.
Godfrey doing the yellowest of flag strat there and coming through.
Oh, you can't
very
rejoin like that.
slowly.
What was
Geffen,
that?
no!
Geffen, what are you doing?
What have we
Track
doing?
map. Gotta have your full track map on. Oh.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's full or just the
Well, let's
mini
assess
track.
that in Australian
It's still
slang.
that.
Let's assess that in Australian slang. That's yeah, nah.
Is that McKinn's back there?
That's
Oh no, it's
Sugden.
Chad Sugden. Okay, the other white McLaren.
There's a lot of yellow flags, the little one said. Blue flag action.
Yep, Cardillo being chased by. Oh, that's. Wow. I don't even know who that is. That's Geffen again.
Geffen again.
Oh no, what's
Well, at least his team name makes sense now. Those tyres are going to be rooted.
Oh no.
Oh, dude, there's asphalt. This race has gone downhill very quickly.
You absolutely love to see it. He's teleported to pits. He's gone.
A lot of drivers struggling with the conditions now. Chad's had enough of these dry tyres.
Interesting lines into the pit there, Chatty. You do you, mate. The race of attrition here.
So yeah, Keffen's packed it in. He's had enough. Looks like he's disconnected from the server after a few little incidents there and getting a drive-through penalty for that unsafe rejoin. He's had enough.
People say they don't like the rain. Come on, look how exciting this is.
It's a very wet track now. It has gone too wet, and that rain is coming down really heavy. This man leading the way in the championship has watched a couple of his challenges fall foul and fall backwards through the field. Velasquez and Campano both having poor nights tonight. That's Cardillo now facing sideways. After coming around through the cutting, it looks like he's got it wrong.
Oh, that's a
I
block
think
track.
that's Scarney who's come onto the scene first.
Look, whilst not pitting again for wets is quicker, this is what happens when you're on dries. Like, is it worth that 45 seconds?
Can we possibly see a mid-race safety car?
We're going to need a recovery truck at this rate. There's another one around. It's Jordan Finch.
Safety car
Bathurst
wouldn't be a
is
horrible call.
collecting names. It wouldn't be a horrible call. Stewards, if you're out there, I would be all for a safety car here.
Just if it gets any worse, as I said, there's yellow flags popping up everywhere, and this is a very wet track. And there's a lot of dry tyres out there.
Yeah, we'll punish them for not pitting.
That'll be up to the race director, but oh my
Bang!
goodness,
Oh,
weather's
cars.
gone bang! Welcome to the bodyworks.
Really struggling with the conditions here.
That's like taking the wall around Monaco in F1 game with that damage on. Oh, there's another one around. Is it the same? Is it still Finchy?
Same car, yeah.
Yeah, he's still struggling to
Can't
go
park there, mate.
the right way. He's got 3 cars to go, Finchy, unfortunately. One,
He'd
two,
be horrified
three.
about rejoining, but all these penalties have been dished out. But he's got some space behind him against that rear wall. He's just got to slam it in reverse.
1 to go. He's got his track map on. 1 to go, Finchy, and then he's going to pull out after this one, I reckon.
Go.
There he goes. That's very well played. The perfect rejoin doesn't exist.
I've never seen one. Not long yet left for this little rain spurt.
Track's already gone back to damp. It was wet there for a little bit of a stage, but the lights are on. The rain is still coming down, but it's gone from damp to wet and back to damp while still raining. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Well, the heavy rain has passed. It's now back to light rain.
But it's
So
a wet
McKinn's
track
hasn't
test.
pitted. He's done an hour stint. And provisional race leader, I'd say, because McKinn's isn't going to get to the end of those tyres, I wouldn't imagine. Oh, a bit of banging. JP's just got to play it cool here. 808's off. 411 is off. If your name hasn't flashed up in yellow yet, are you even at Bathurst?
Cardello's had a great recovery drive, currently up at P5. He's a long way behind this battle for the lead here.
99's around. It's all kicking off. You know Cardello's having a good comeback? As he spins instantly.
Well, even with that spin that he had on the last lap in the cutting, Cardello still P4. He's just cruising along here nicely too in the Nissan. He's been off screen for a while, hasn't been involved in much. But as you said, Seneka's right in the box seat here. He's just going to be patient behind McKinns and roll this one home over the next 27 minutes.
Always going to get the move done here at turn 2. I think it's close enough. Don't think it's close enough. Good decision. Not quite have the same stopping power in these conditions. 95 is in a bit of a battle. No, they're all different laps.
So who isn't in a bit of a battle in this race between them and the conditions?
Been a bit of a war. And I think the track's winning this.
It's taken plenty of victims.
Yep. Rain has stopped.
Stopped. Wow. All right, here we go. So
26 oh, snap.
Oh,
Snap me happy. All
How
right, let's
long?
just update who is on wet tyres. Dixon. Lucci. Penfold. That's Tifati.
nice.
Just did that one. Game. And Hards is on wets. Perkins. That will confuse you if you're playing F1 game. So there's about 5 drivers on wet tyres. It's just hard to tell if they gained much or lost much with the information that the game gives us on these broadcast graphics. Tatey, he's got a couple of blue flag cars ahead of him.
Tell you what I would love to know is how much fuel McKinns has left.
Yes, so
That would be
got to be running on fumes, surely.
oh,
oh, big snap there from
Cardiello Sandcastles.
again.
He's 7th and he's been off about as many times.
Yeah, if he straight and narrow, he'd be up there challenging with Peach and McKinns for sure.
JB has got past McKinns for P1.
Job done. Nice one, G.
That's not job done. Got to keep out the wall still. Still 24 minutes. Damp conditions.
Just the car moving under brakes there, just not quite getting the traction it wanted. They've got the money's worth today. We've lost 10 cars since the start.
Wow.
That's quite a few.
That is. And yet, if you had told me that at the start of the night we're going to lose 10, I wouldn't be too surprised. It's a grueling 90 minutes. Really good stories. Pass, Malloy and Robertson and Pethiebridge, the Pro-Ams up there in 3, 4, 5 and 6 at the moment, creating their own little block. McKinns has had a ripping race. Obviously, Page has been good from start to finish, but Penfold and Scarney as well. They were in P8 and 9 when I cursed them earlier. Now they're back in P8 and 9 and just doing very nicely for themselves up there inside the top 10. Beatty's also done pretty nicely to recover from his little escapade earlier where he was facing sideways through Fisherman's Elbow, and he's chasing down Manns now, and he might just get him here. Manns having to take a very ambitious line across the grass there as he got the chase wrong. So whilst he won't get him at this corner, Tate really closing the gap now. In fact, got a really nice exit there.
What a drive.
Great last corner from Tate. So he goes bang, moves himself up into P11. Michael Manns drops back to P12. And Babby about 12 seconds behind them with 22 minutes to go. Matty saying he's come from the back of the field to be in P13 at the moment. It's a pretty good effort from Babby.
All right, we've also got 22 minutes left. Got a question for you, chat. Even you, Bender. JC's already answered this one. Now, is pizza salad with a slice of bread?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah,
Is pizza salad with a slice of bread?
Don't overthink it.
They're all good.
Yeah, why not? That's it, Paul Burkham.
I do have one more after this, but I just want to know, is pizza salad with a slice of bread?
Honestly, a lot of those questions had that. I think they were written by someone who, like, English is their second language.
Oh, I reckon 15th language. That's what made them interesting. I don't think, it wasn't even in their vocabs, like,
'Cause
words.
all the words are right and spelt correctly, but they're just jumbled into sentences in ways that don't make sense. Is pizza a salad if it's with a slice of bread? Like, what?
Now let me translate this German sentence through old 3,000-year-old Egyptian language, and then maybe I can bring it in through some hieroglyphs from South America, and then bring it in from Latin into English, and that's a sentence. Yep.
Every food is either a sandwich, a salad, a pasta, or a soup. What's a donut then?
All right, I'll ask maybe a more controversial question. Do you sleep with or without socks on? For me, it's off. If you, no way. Get them off, you grubs.
It's a yes or a no, Bender. It's
Well,
not
I think
a
the
pondering
question is who does sleep with socks on?
Okay, good.
Okay, it's the same
Good
question.
answer for me.
Yeah, do you, Bender?
No, I sleep fully naked, like normal people.
Oh, I'm going to have good dreams tonight knowing that. Anyone else out there?
Looks like everyone in chat
Has
is
left.
sleeping with socks off. Although Matt Powell, socks only, no other clothes.
Oh, Matt, get out.
What are we doing, Matt? What are we doing with that?
Now,
Okay, I reckon if you ask any female, it's the exact opposite.
As in, like, lots
They
of
sleep with
clothes,
socks
no
on.
socks?
No,
Yeah,
they
I'll-
sleep with
I'll-
socks. I know my girlfriend does.
Oh.
I'll preface this question. I'll say
In
the
winter.
only exception to sleeping fully naked is if I'm camping and it's freezing cold, then I sleep fully clothed in a sleeping bag.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
of course, yeah.
obviously, that makes
Yeah.
sense because you have a brain.
Yeah, you're out in the bush and it's cold and whatever, yeah.
You respect
Yes.
your privates.
Just want to point out, in contrary to what you were saying about females, Mrs. Tully sleeps without socks on. So just to buck your little
Speaking of nice
female
dreams.
trend there. Hey babe, do you sleep with socks on? Oh, she sleeps with socks on, so you're spot on there. All right.
How's this one? Tasty T in chat saying his wife sleeps with socks on, but that's clearly an outlier case because she's mental enough to marry him.
Valid. Oh, Mansy's had a moment. He's been flying along. Oh, he's.
Oh, no.
That
Who
is
is
the
that?
common trend tonight.
Who was that who has arrived on
Oh, it's
scene?
Cardillo. He's going to
Oh,
delete
no.
this.
Oh, no.
And so poor Cardillo's got tennis elbow, so he's having a break from sim racing. So he pulled out last week after the race. He's having a break. His tennis elbow's not very nice. So tonight he's got, oh, actually, can I do one more race? And I said, yeah, sure. Well, I don't know if he regrets that now.
So he's going through the pain of tennis elbow just to drive
Give
Bathurst,
himself
which
pain.
yeah, he's just heaping on the pain. Oh, it's a big effort. That's a huge effort. If he's playing injured, that's a great effort.
All right,
And to
and,
put it on P2 as well. What a great start.
all right, and the very last question I have for tonight, JC will know all about these ones. This is going to be even more controversial. What weird or embarrassing thing can you find in your search history? It's a safe place here, everybody. It's a safe place.
Is it?
We are at Bathurst.
What's said on the mountain stays on the mountain?
Yes. Or what's the last weird thing you Googled? Mine was to Matt Bronze brake calipers suit a black car. Something like that. Oh, man, he's picked up a stop go 10 for his troubles, I believe, in getting back onto the circuit.
That's a rip. The track has just upgraded to greasy, by the way. So anyone out there who's still holding out on wets, be hunting for any water that is, or damp patches that are left. Doesn't look like there's too many.
Yeah, the sun's well and truly out too. Look how bright it is. So it's dried up really. It got really wet really quickly, and now it's really dry really quickly. So really interchangeable conditions here for the drivers, playing havoc for those who stayed out on wets. Their tyres would be absolutely melting to the tarmac at this point. And those who stayed out there on dries had obviously a really sketchy 15 minutes that they had to fight through. Some navigating it well, like this man, Thompson Kids. Did very nicely skating around. Now finds himself 10 seconds clear in P2, looking really strong. A few others not quite getting it right.
He's recently pitted, yeah. Flying along. So there we go. Got a few answers in there. T-Mac, did you find any? If not, just inbox me. JC's OnlyFans doesn't exist. I've searched midget TikTok. That's a solid one. Crickets. I think I know what Jan's talking about there. How quickly does Pat P take? I'm confused at that Google search, Bryce. I'm sure you've misspelled that. Got to be a hentai Attack on Titan thing I stumbled upon. Wow. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Meanwhile, speaking of love it, Babby.
I'm still trying to get my head around Bryce Nettings as well. P, take the velvet. What are we doing?
I'm thinking he's using pet P. I don't know.
Is that an autocorrect? Something maybe.
I think that's just gone into everyone's Google search. We've all heard the news of Babby this week. Much love to you, mate. If you're not in our Discord, check our social media channels. We wish you all the best over the coming months, mate. And we're looking forward to the Paul Ricard race. So he's going to take a break after this race, and we're going to throw him in the safety car, just so we can focus on more personal matters. But we all love you, Babby, and take care, buddy.
How about that, Bender? Now we're all looking forward to the Paul Ricard 8 hour because it's such a good cause.
Oh,
Aren't you now looking forward to the Paul Ricard 8 hour, Bender? You have to be because of the cause.
I even reckon that for every second worth of penalties you receive during that race, you have to donate $1.
I like it. That's a big pledge. I reckon that can be done by the people in OOR. I reckon that can be done. I reckon if you put that as a little announcement and you said, all right, how much interest can we get for this? It's either one in or all in. We're not going to half-ass this. That's a great call. I reckon you chuck out a little announcement. I reckon you get a lot of love for that.
Unless people are really wanting to donate and just start throwing their car into others, it could get toxic, but...
A good cause toxicity? Is that a thing?
If any cars goes through the race without a penalty, we'll donate from OOR. How's that?
Also a good call, yep. I'll get behind that.
Because whatever profits we make during the broadcast, we'll also be doing similar. But yes, there's a few drivers out there tonight that are going to have to dive deep into their pockets.
Tell you what, he's done pretty well too to be up there in P11. He's driven very nicely, as has this man, Shazarin, having a very nice little push here in the mid-season, currently in P15, chasing around Sean Bubb now. Putting him under pressure too, looking very good. This is another Honda on Honda battle. We've seen a couple of these already tonight. Babby also in a Honda up there in P11, but yeah, these two, Shazarin driving very nicely in the mid-season. A very poor start in Kyle Lama. I think he got about a minute and a half worth of penalties at some point, but he's doing very nicely in this mid-season stretch and enjoying himself here at Bathurst in the top 15.
Yeah, it certainly is. Shazarin got the Gorilla Snapper Tribute kicking about. That's not the full livery. Obviously, we don't run full customs at the moment in sprints. But Shazarin has definitely put his head down after race one in round one. He's doing some good things. Babby is 8.5 seconds off Tate for P10 with 12 minutes to go. It's doable.
Yeah, it is.
It's
particularly
doable.
if Tate goes two-wheeling again.
Yes, that is not an ideal strat.
The track
Back
has
is optimum.
already gone back to optimum. I can't believe it.
It's quick, mate. Look at the sun. It's like cloud.
It's hot down here.
We're already
It's
back up
just-
to 27 degrees. Look at
It's
that.
just skipped green, skipped fast, and gone straight to optimum. All that rubber that got washed away with the rain has just instantly placed itself back onto the truck.
So all those that are in Melbourne, that's the sun that you can see up in the sky there.
Here we go.
Oh, I love it. Any chance I get, because I cop it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. It's all a bit of fun till you get sunk there.
It's all fun until I get sucked into moving down there because the missus loves the cold.
Come on,
Shazarin all over the back of Sean Bubb now here. He's really stretching his legs, is Shazarin. Bubb now defending the inside line. Shazarin getting on the gates early.
No.
Is that Tate? I think that's Tate.
No, that's Dickinson.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right.
great
Flag.
reactive driving there from Shazarin. He saw the Porsche coming behind, getting large in the mirrors. Wasn't going to make the corner. And then steered out of the apex mid-corner. That is great driving. Great sense of awareness.
I don't even think Dickinson was trying for that move. I think he just got caught himself out under braking.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you're very right there. Shazarin, heads up, but he's lost out. Look at the gap now. He's
Wow.
right behind Bubb now.
Better than being punted off in the sand trap.
Yep. And based off the pace he's shown in the last couple of minutes, there's no reason he can't rejoin that in the next 10 minutes or so. He'll have another crack. Looking real good, Shazarin. As you said, Ben, a really intelligent driver, and just to open up and avoid a collision there. Dickinson will recover himself and think, oh, Jesus, I'm a blue flag. That would have been a big slap if I had caused an incident there. But, of course, he's under pressure from Perkins behind, so you can understand why he's feeling the pressure from behind there. Just got to be careful when you come up to those lead cars. Oh, it's not Perkins, it's actually Withers who would be a lap down.
I wonder if Withers hit the left side of the wall there.
Yeah, a bit of a kiss.
I think Withers has touched every wall at this track tonight. But he loves it here. Even a few laps down, he's having a dip. Did you say Donald T. Fighty was... I thought he was in chat and he pulled out. He's back in.
Yeah, so I thought earlier too. I did see him only 4 laps down or something. And you said Velasquez has rejoined and he's going around as well. Withers is now behind, so that's a great effort from Don. If he's chucked the key back in the ignition and turned it over and gone again, that's a very good effort. Love that from Don.
Indeed.
Mull, can we request rain for the Port Cup next? Goodness me, that race doesn't need any rain. That is going to be chaos. Over the mountain, if the Port Cups come up to the BMWs, what on earth are they expected to do going over the mountain? Have we got any sort of official statement from the race directors as to what we're doing there?
If you make it rain, Mike, I will jump in the car and drive in that event in 5 minutes' time.
Well, why not now? Bab teleport. Bab's in the pits.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The mountain
What's
has
happened?
struck again. Oh, we'll suss it out.
Doing so well up there at P11. It's only just happened too. Cardello was 20 seconds behind and still hasn't passed him on the timing board yet. So not sure what's happened to Babby, but it's only very recently that he's had to return to pits. Sorry, that's unfortunate. Very close to this top 10. Although he would have had to have got past Justin Tate here, who's driven a very nice race to be cruising along by himself here, really. Good 4 seconds behind Reece Penfold and 20 seconds up the road from Cardello. This is Babby on screen. This is what happened. Blue flags ahead. Coming up into the cutting. Oh, no. Just took a big chunk of the inside wall coming up to the cutting. That is a lot of damage, so does the right thing, pulls up around the corner.
Oh, bang.
Gets right off the racing line, parks it in a nice safe spot and returns to pits. Unlucky for Babby with just 10 minutes to go.
Just join in anyway. If you want to participate in the Porsche BMW Cup, if there's slots open when we do qualifying, just jump in. Fill her up. Let's get this grid pumping tonight.
Is it going to rain?
It might rain during the race. You won't know till the race, mate. It's 45 minutes. Just jump in. I know you want to. I can sense it.
All right, I'll jump in after this quickly then.
You drive a Porsche or a BMW? You asked this of me last week.
I'll go
Mel
with
got
Beamer.
it right. You
Yeah,
said
why
I'd
not?
jump in the Porsche. Mel said I'd jump in the BMW. Mel got it right.
Stop the Beamer.
In all seriousness, I'd be going the Porsche Cup for Bathurst. BMW was really nice around Hungary, but I'd be going in the Porsche Cup for here.
Definitely.
Is Peach on wets? No, Jeep was on dries even during the wet, so I can't imagine he's on wets now. So he'd be loving life up the front there. Would Jeep Senekis? He's well clear of McKinn's, who himself is fairly sizable chunk in front of Pass. So Senekis, McKinn's, Pass 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Reece Penfold has had a barnstorming race to be up here in P9. He's really enjoying himself. He's had one or two little errors, but obviously haven't cost him all that much, and he's now all over the back of Godfrey, who goes wide there at turn 1. The Lamborghini loves getting in a slipstream. He's got a hold of Godfrey here. Probably not going to have enough in the tank to get him through turn 2, but over the next 5 minutes, he'll be right there. He'll be waiting for any mistakes from Godfrey. Hoping to pinch P8. What a result that would be for both Scani and Penfold to be up there in P7, P8.
I'd say, look at that. JC, your man, Scani, up in P7 despite your best efforts.
Stop
earlier in
trying to
the race.
curse him.
He's had a great race. Scan on, having a ripper. He's 35 seconds up the road here too, so even if he does have a little error in the next 5 minutes, he'll probably recover and still finish, well, definitely inside the top 10. Yeah, well said, Bryce. Bryce spotting Tate's been catching closely here too. He's
Back in second.
Tate's only 4.5 seconds behind now. He's been slowly catching this little battle between Godfrey and Penfold. So Tatey looking to invest himself in this battle for P8 as well with 4 minutes to go.
Been an eventful race for Tatey, coming in P10. He's always been around the fringes of the top 10, but he's had a lot of adventures as well. So, great effort.
We were talking about Shazrin before in P15. He was behind Bubnia. Bubnia P16. Shazrin's up to P12. So Shazrin's made some moves in the last 5 minutes while we weren't looking. Penfold is all over the back of Godfrey here, almost pushing him down to the last corner.
Right, set him up. Cross him underneath. Onto the start finish straight.
Yeah, took a
didn't
really
quite get the
shallow
drive.
line. Didn't quite get it, but we saw last lap Penfold had a really good exit out of here and Godfrey got this one wrong, so you would assume Godfrey goes a little bit shallow through there this time, which really allows Penfold to get in right behind. So this could be the one up into turn 2. Godfrey using all of the inside the straight. That VTEC power, though, that Honda just punches such a hole in the straights. So even in the slipstream, Penfold probably gaining an extra 3 or 4 kilometres per hour, but it doesn't matter. The Honda just so good up that hill.
Yeah, it's got to be in the chase, I reckon, the move down the hill. Or into the last corner, perhaps. I think that's where Penfold looks the strongest at the moment.
Still a few battle scars on that one from Godfrey too. So he was involved in an issue earlier. You can see a few scratches and scrapes and a little bit of wear and tear. Probably not as stable as he'd like to be, but yeah, Penfold looks really sharp in behind. He looks like he's got the line well and truly nailed.
Well, there's the mistake.
And there it is. That is the mistake that Penfold was waiting for. Godfrey coming unstuck through Skyline. And there you go. That's going to pile on the damage for Godfrey. As we said, he's really struggling now. So that'll bring Tatey right in division now too. Here he comes around Forest Elbow. I called it Fisherman's Elbow before, I just realised. Fisherman's Elbow? What are we doing? Tatey now only a couple of minutes behind. A couple of seconds.
Where's JP? Okay, JP's just gone round, so there'll be this lap plus 1 more for the race leader. In other words, we are on the penultimate lap.
Bingo. We've had a bit of everything tonight, haven't we? We've had collisions, we had a safety car, we had rain, we had wets we had wets on dry, we had dries on wet, we've had collisions, we've had probably a little bit of everything. Almost got the bingo card full tonight. And yeah, still the Porsche Cup and BMW to come. We are settling in tonight. Hope you got the kettle on.
Yep, going to be looking for some more commentators. I don't know about you, JC, but I'm going to have a dip at the BMWs.
Yeah, go and get some. I'll hang around. I'll cover you. All good. Is it 45 minutes in the Porsche Cup BMW tonight, or are they doing a full 90 as well? That doesn't sound right. I don't think they'd make them do 90, would they? Oh, God.
I'm not sure, mate. Never raced in the series.
I think it'd just be 45 minutes. I think that'd be a stretch trying to get those BMWs around for an hour and a half. But I'm praying for rain for you, mate. I've got my fingers crossed. You get a little bit of moisture.
Thank you. Yeah, that would be ideal. Alec in chat says hello. Hi.
Where are you in the world, Mull? If you care to share.
Right, man.
I've got a fair idea.
Give it all you can.
He's in a mythical land called Tasmania.
We've been watching Godfrey fly around here for a little while, so I thought autopilot might sort of.
Oh no, he needs help. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Oh dear. Yeah, I sort of figured when we were we're watching Godfrey go around. I thought autopilot might help us out and flick us around a little bit, but it's not the case. So we need a bit of help as well, if you wouldn't mind. Page, I reckon, is on the final lap now.
Yes, he is. Final tour.
Godfrey really just trying to hold off Tate. Sorry, Tate's already got past him. It's Cardillo. I don't think Cardillo's too far behind to get back into the top 10.
So I know we mentioned that when JP went past McKinns, did McKinns ever actually pit? Where is he on track at the moment?
I don't know if he did. Oh no, Mull said that he did. I thought that he would have had to have pit after the rain, and then it was only about 15 minutes after that that Mull said he had just come out. So I reckon he's done one more between the rain and now.
Yep.
But obviously had a good gap back to P3, so held on to P2. But yeah, he'll be stoked with P2. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. And there's a lot of drivers. I mean, every driver in that top 10 is going to be happy with their position. Godfrey, even himself here, will be happy if he can hang on to P10, just dragging this super damaged car around, just trying to get it home. Knows he's got a lap or two to go. He'll be happy with P10 after being through the wars. Those headlights flashing on the front of the Honda there. It's a very sick and sorry looking VTEC.
The leader has finished the race.
Sad VTEC noises, but here we go.
There he is.
JP crosses the line for P1 in Ascari.
His brother comes in and lets us know that Seneka's had 0 seconds worth of damage the entirety of the race. So really clean, consistent drive from Jeep Seneka's. And another race win here in Sunset for that man. Bender and I were just saying it's been an awesome race from McKinn's here, Mal.
Yes. Yeah, I did hear you say that. He had pitted. So
Yes.
20-minute stint.
So he'll be
This is
super
best ever
happy.
finish.
Great effort coming home P2. What's that about the finish?
I was going to say, is that McKinn's best ever finish?
No, he's won a race before.
He's won a race, okay. Whoa, that is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Adam Cardillo.
Tillo, yeah. On by P2.
Oh, look at that steering.
Bring it home.
Send prayers.
Bring it home.
Boy, oh boy, wowee.
Now we're going to go down here in the chase. That wheel is already as far left as it can go. Oh, he's got it around there all right, really. That's fine. It's fine.
Look at the lock.
It's fine. Brought it home. Might be slightly disappointed after qualifying in P2, but really shouldn't be. She's a tricky track. P11, nothing to sneeze at. Pass came home with the podium. Alex doing very nicely to get the Nissan up there in P3 and top of the Pro-Ams. Zach Malloy and Brad Robinson are the top 5, and Chad Petherbridge doing some waggles behind there in P6. Nice finish for him as well. Scarney and Penfold are tied for my drivers of the day. My man Scarney and Penfold having really good battles with other drivers, and the 2AM class drivers finishing inside the top 10 overall. We'll be very pleased with that. Race results, it is Peach once again. He's 4 from 4 in rounds this season. He is dominating Sunset, looking to really run away with this one. Only 3 rounds to go. McKinn's P2, Pass P3. For the Pro-Ams, Pass won it overall for the Pro-Ams, and Malloy and Robinson got 2 and 3 for the Pro-Ams. And the AM class drivers, Scarney P1 and AM, Penfold P2, and Paris doing nicely to bring it up there in P3, only a lap down. So indeed, that is Sunset, and we flick over to the Porsche Cup BMW Series. I was asking, is this 45 minutes, or are they doing an Enduro as well?
45.
Just the 45 for the Porsche Cups and BMWs tonight. Already
covering me there.
well ensconced in the Porsche Cup qualifying here, but a little bit about halfway down, about 6 minutes to go, and yet with 6 minutes to go, there's no times on the board. So how long is their qualifying?
15, isn't it? Or 10? Or...
I thought it was 15. It seems odd to me that we've gone 7 minutes without, well, nearly 10 minutes, sorry, without posting a lap time, so it might not be 15.
Well, either way, I'm going to see if I can bring up the stuff again. Let's do it.
Let's get our graphics back. Let's go. While you go about your business, I will say adieu to David Bender McNulty, who looks like he's going to go jump in either one of the Porsche or the BMWs. Is that the case?
Yep, BMW, mate. About to go jump in now. Thanks for having me, everyone.
Nice work. Thanks for bringing the rain in Sunset.
No worries.
And with the great factual Bender man having now departed, we replace him like for like with another factual man, Alex Iny. Hello to you, sir.
Good evening. Am I really that factual? Well,
I reckon you are. You're very intelligent. You fight fires. That'll do me. Have you relinquished your role of posting penalties in the chat, or are you going to juggle both at the same time? Would be my question.
My issue is that whilst I can see when a penalty has been issued to someone, I don't know what it's for without being in the steward's office. But since I'm here,
Might have to handball that.
I can tell you when you've got penalties and how big the penalty is, so I can still do that.
No, I've loved your work in chat so far. While we hope and pray for this overlay to bring us penalties. Is it working tonight, Mark? Looks alright now. Got the ticket going?
Yeah, it's normally when it kicks over to the race that it has a bit of a spaz. But let's just say it's working.
Alright. It's looking good for now with Stephen Ty up there in P1 with a 2:04.2. There's a good half a second clear of Backpold with a 2:04.7. So those guys are the only ones in the 2:04s. Joshua Hill usually very strong in the Porsche, yet to post a time, so looking forward to seeing how he goes. And Ethan Cale here on screen at the moment has, I think he's been on pole almost every race so far, if not close to every race, and he's probably leading the way in terms of overall point standing. So currently P6. We'll definitely want to improve on this lap in particular. I think looks to be a flyer. He's going pretty hard.
He's having a red hot crack. If you're in chat and you wanted to join this race, there's plenty of spots open. Don't know why we've only got 23.
Yeah, of all the tracks I'd want to be a part of this series, this would be the one. This is going to be a barrel I'll last for the next 45 minutes. Alex, I need you. What are we doing with the BMWs who are accosted by the Porsche Cup cars as they come up over the mountain for the first time? Probably 4, maybe 5 laps into proceedings. What's going to happen? What are we doing? What's the official rule?
Well, so this is an interesting one that the race director has come up with himself. That is, the Porsches are allowed to overtake over the top of the mountain. However, if they cause a collision in doing so, they will receive some form of stop-go penalty for a first offence, and a second offence they will likely be disqualified.
Oh.
So you can make the move, but it's on your head if it goes wrong.
Oh. So we don't normally allow overtakes of blue flag cars up on top of the mountain simply because it is one line through there. It is really, really difficult to make a pass. It is usually a 2-person overtake at the best of times. So with the Porsche Cup cars and the BMWs being such a significant pace difference, they've said, all right, well, we're going to allow it, but woe be you if you make a meal of it. Stop goes on the way for any of the Porsche Cup cars who create issues up there. That's going to create some spice, because you might have one Porsche Cup car who's happy to wait, and the next Porsche Cup car comes along and says, well, here's a chance for an overtake. Oh, I don't know. Ethan Cale has improved with a 2:03.6, now sits P2. But in the meantime, Stefan and Stephen Ty also improved their times, so join him in 2:03s. Stefan now coming around the last corner. Let's see if he's got any extra time in the Delta. Doesn't look like he improved there. He certainly didn't jump up any positions. And goes pretty wide outside turn 1 there too, so not sure if this will be an improvement unless he absolutely nails the mountain and last sector. He is still continuing on the lap, so he must think there's something in it. Yes, Carney. He did it for me and Bab. Just for Bab, mate, or me. It was all you, mate. What a drive. Top 10 on the mountain in the Sprint Series. That's a huge effort. Great stuff, mate. You and Reece Penfold, as I said, grab my driver today. fast drivers and mixing it with the big boys on the mountain. That's a huge drive. Great stuff, mate. Really good.
Come and jump in this race, Scarney.
Yeah, do it, mate. We were just saying, come and jump in this race, this Porsche Cup BMW race. Either pick the Porsche Cup car or the BMW M2 and have another crack, mate. You've been out there for 90 minutes. Why not? What's another 45 minutes? Go and get some.
Go and get some. Anyone in chat that is not racing in this, you want another race, feel free to jump in. Just search for Porsche Cup on ACC servers. It's the usual password. Just pick a Porsche or a Beamer and you're good to go. You wouldn't steal a shoe, so why not do this?
You can steal a spot on this grid.
We'll allow it.
Chuck Spanina's fan page has just jumped in. I wonder if he's joining in. Is he part of this series? Old Connor Hind? I don't know if he's registered for this series. He might be jumping in.
Did he say he was, did he?
No, I just saw him log in, so I just figured maybe he'd received a call. But we haven't heard from him in the chat.
Yes, get in there, Chuck.
Dunno. Hope it's the case. Someone jump in, slide into his DMs.
Connor is the second most beautiful man in Tasmania.
That's not a huge call. There's not many of
Oh,
those.
hey.
Any opportunity.
Yeah, look, fair. I had a crack at you, so I'll take it.
The door was pretty wide open.
It was. I did leave it ajar. Speaking of ajar, I'm not sure if this great man here, Ethan Carl, can bridge this gap to Stephen Ty. 5/10. Staggering.
Big gap. It's a really good lap from Stephen Ty.
Geez, they sound good though, don't they?
Yeah. Especially the downshifts, but all in all, yeah, one of the best sounding cars in the game, for sure.
G'day, Babby. What's up there, mate? Come and do this race. Oh, that's a good intro.
Ethan pulled out of his lap late on. Knew that he wasn't going to improve, so it is Stephen Ty, your quickest Porsche Cup car tonight, with a very, very fast 2:03.1. That is awesome pace in the Porsche Cup car.
Green light, give it all you can.
Now the Bimmers get their go. Very rainbow-looking group of BMWs here. They look good.
Whilst the Beamers are on their out, I'll probably mention the other rule that not rule, but update that we've put in, not just for this series, but the Sprint Series in general. In regards to rejoins, you probably would have seen it in the last split in Sunset. We are being much harsher in the steward's office with those. Pretty much it's a minimum drive-through now for bad rejoins, all the way up to a potential disqualification if you're being really bad about it.
Did we end up in getting that firing squad together?
I am working on it.
Thanks.
Yeah, just a few legalities we've got to work out.
A few legalities.
Just a few legalities, like murder. Maybe we get to drive to your house and slam our car into your side panels. Nah, then we need another car to do that.
Yeah, and I'm not paying the petrol to do that.
Oh, also, I had my car resprayed from an insurance job and then went to Hobart 2 weeks later and some asshole sideswiped me in a car park whilst I wasn't there.
No.
Just
I've had that before.
Just in the rear bar. It wasn't on the panels. I'm getting the rear bar eventually replaced, but it's still going to cost me a fuck ton of money.
After the respray.
Yeah.
Come on.
Leave a card, you pricks. You bastards.
Hello, Divos. What did you miss? It was a good 90-minute sprint race is what you missed. I don't know if you caught much of that. We had rain. We almost checked off the bingo card. Bender and I were considering whether or not anything was missed. We had rain, we had dry tyres, wet tyres, we had everything. We had rejoins, there was a safety car, there was carnage, there was great start, there was someone who went from last to first, someone who went from first to last. There was just a bit of everything. in the 90
Mr.
minute
Stop
sprint
Go
race.
20, so you don't get the bingo.
Didn't get the stop go 20. We had a 30, we had a 10, we had a disqualification, we had all the 5s and 10s and 15s and whatnot. We had a bit of everything all crammed into that 90 minutes, and that 90 minutes flew by. I don't know about anyone else, but that was a lot of fun. As I said, the rain visited it halfway through the middle, so it was just it was good to watch for sure. Page walked away with it in the end. Got plenty of awesome battles behind him for the top sort of handful of positions. Battle for P10 towards the end. Yeah, it was very nice to watch that last 90 minutes.
So, who is this Page person you keep talking about? Are they a relative of Jeep, or...?
I'm still trying to get around to...
Can someone give me a heads up on what's going on there?
Jeep's
Why
neck.
I know it's Page backwards, but...
Well, Page backwards...
Basically,
Did he go backwards?
he gave the backstory as to why it's Page and not JP. Basically, it came down to a boss calling him PJ all the time instead of JP. So his workmates started calling him Page. And someone in OOR said, well, if we're going to do it properly, we might as well call you Jeep then. And we've just run with it.
So it's a reversed nickname that
fuck
we've...
it. I'm calling him PJ. That sounds horrible.
that we've unreversed and put in the mirror, and now it says Jeep, and that's kind of how it's going to roll, I guess. But yeah, I'm still trying to work it out. I'm still trying to...
Has anyone
Get
asked
it.
what he likes the most? Because that's the one you don't use.
Well, that'd be Page. He asked for Page the other day, so we're not using that.
Sorry, best.
Well,
Sorry, Jeep.
If I'm,
Sorry, Jeep.
if I'm serious, he's not a very good Jeep because he's still working, so...
Oh, a bit of shade there for the Jeeps of the land. Any Jeep drivers in chat taking offence to that?
Don't admit you're a Jeep driver in chat, please. There's only so many ban buttons I have. He hates Jeeps, so
hates
please
Jeep.
continue. Perfect.
Sold.
What's the story to your nickname then, John?
Yeah, what's Tasty
You know,
Tea all about?
And what's Tasty backwards? Your Taz? Your test? Nah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well as I was hoping.
Dad Sugden's in chat. How'd you go, mate? Newest addition to the Worn Tyre Tribe stable. How'd you go tonight? You were looking pretty good for a while, although you were facing backwards at one point, I think we saw. But you weren't the only one facing backwards at some point, so a lot of drivers recovered from that. How'd you go? Where'd you end up?
Yeah, Jeep's off. You need a Jeep with those lines there, Jeep.
Nice.
I love it from Matt in the chat. Any Jeep drivers haven't made it home to be able to watch the stream just yet.
Oh, lots of Jeep shade. What is this all about? I know Jeep drivers. They're okay. They're good people.
You said okay. That's the problem. They're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah, the problem
They're not-
is Jeeps.
they're acquaintances. They're not friends.
Scardy, video evidence or it didn't happen, mate. If you're shooing him by yourself, are you even shooing him?
Yeah, mate. We need that on stream. We need someone needs to clip that.
Yeah.
So we watched Jeep take the Jeep line through the chase. Didn't work out for him, so he's yet to post a lap. David McNulty is out on track, ladies and gentlemen. He is doing his best to come to grips with a car he's probably never driven before, so that'll be a huge effort here for 45 minutes up and down the mountain. See how he goes, whether he can battle his way through the field and end up in the middle there somewhere. Ben Vintner, currently the quickest of the BMW drivers, as Matthew Herod improves up into P2, but it is this man, Ben Vintner, with a... The contrast is not doing me any favours there. I think he's in the 220s, which is a very quick time considering the next one's a 21.6. Pit wall for this one. We do. It is a 220.875 from Victor. That's nearly 8/10 clear of Herod in P2. So he's clearly got a handle on BMW here at Mount Panorama. Reese Penfold also in chat. We were just talking about you, mate. Your ears must have been burning. You and Eric Scarney Drivers of the day, M-class drivers mixing it with the big boys in the Sprint Series. That's a huge drive. Nice work. P8 and P9 for Scani and Penfold. Big drives from both of you. Nice work, mate. Really solid performance. You're looking really pacey in that green Lambo. Very nice livery. Really growing on me. Good shade of green. And a really good race from you tonight. So, nice work. Vinton are not pulling into the pits here. I don't know if he's going for again. I think he's going again. Must have plenty of fuel in there.
This thing runs off fumes. Here he is, Mr. Capital Letters. But you can't see it because we've outdone you here, Alex.
Nice.
Race Labs has overruled your need for the caps lock button.
Tell you what's tilting me though is JP Senekis with the small P.
Isn't it ever?
And then McNulty doesn't have a capital M. N. That's what I meant to say. So there's
Or McNeil.
or McNeil, yeah. Still, if you ask me which one I prefer, I'm having all of those over capital Valentini.
It saves us a bit of shouting at least.
George Fowler, he's moved up to pro this week. Mr. Vintner. Definitely deserves that tag. Should we complete? Didn't say it didn't happen. Couldn't give a shit, Scarney.
Where's the video?
Yep.
Where's the clip?
Send us the clip.
If you send us the clip, it goes on stream. If there's no clip, then it never happened.
Interesting, it has put Alex Valentini's capital letters in the top scroll bar. And JP's capital. What?
Or clip
And
incoming.
McNulty. Okay,
Called
clip
my bluff
incoming.
on that one.
Streaming right now. Well, not good enough. Really. Well, give us a link. Give us a link to watch Scarney.
It'll be in the Discord.
We've
You
got
can
nothing
post
to
in the
do here.
Discord,
Nah,
post the
post it
content.
here. I'm not looking for Discord. If you really wanted me to show it, come on, Scarney, give it to me. Interesting phrasing, but you know what I mean.
We'll leave
Oh,
you
baby.
two alone if that's what you want.
Yeah. It's got a lot
Oh,
of
boy.
on.
Because I don't think YouTube is the platform to be streaming that particular thing.
Oh, is it though? He obviously doesn't care about his fans. No reply.
What do we got left? That's it. Qualifying has just run down 2-0. So Valentini, whatever this lap is what he will be stuck with. What's it going to be for Capital Valentini? Around the final corner and across the line with a 21-21, a 2-2-1-2-1-2, if you don't mind. Up in a P3. Nice from Alex Valentini.
It's in there. I feel beer.
Benton is still the man to beat. Has improved up into a 20.7, so he shaved a 10th off his original best time. Here it is for you. Let's go. Scarney.
Hang on.
P8.
They can't see that.
Oh, scratch that. Apologies. Oi. I don't know.
He doesn't know. I don't think he knows yet. I'm just trying to find the bloody thing on.
Right, well, I can't see anything, so I don't know what I'm...
Give me a second. Oh, don't do this to me, Scarney, you bastard!
What have you done? What have you done to him?
Where is he? Come back! Oh, Scarney is absolutely... Oi! What is he on? Is he failing? Scarney! Shuey will get out!
What are we watching? What has happened? What have you done to Neil? We've lost him. He's gone berserk. You've broken our Neil.
Well, broken him more than he already was anyway.
Well, yeah, he's already mental.
Did he even do it?
The tail.
There's pretty strong evidence in the chat. There's a lot of witnesses who are saying he's done it.
Nah, it didn't say it didn't. Oh, there it
There
is.
it is.
There it is.
There it
I'm not gonna put the whole
is.
fucking thing in there.
This is Eric Scarney, everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Fresh sip.
PA M
comes the shoey,
class
boys. Second
winner
one, shoey
of
on the channel.
Bathurst
And a
endurance
flapping.
round.
Oh, in your own times, Eric.
Goddamn slow am is what he is when it comes to shoeys. Ladies
It's in
and
there.
gentlemen.
It's in
Oh, in a filthy boot as well.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
enjoy that toe jam, Eric.
Oh, yes.
done it.
This is what we want.
Get it down. Get it down.
Now this is footage.
Ah, yes. From the top step of AM class, the man has gone hard. Tell you what, that's not just a drop or two either. He has gone the full swig. Look at him go. Yes, sir. Oh,
This is
love
what
that.
the people subscribe for.
Love that from you, Scotty. That's great work, mate.
Anyway, there we go. If you want to do
Very
a shoot,
good
we'll get
stuff.
you on air. And the Race Labs overlay has worked for the race.
Yes. We love you, Race
I don't know why
Labs.
Sunset just doesn't click with it.
We take it all back.
No, we don't.
Capital Valentini up the top there. He's balked your system. Love it.
I wonder where you're going with that too. No, sorry. You had a bit of airplay there, Scarney. I want to see someone do a shoey with milk in their boot. Yeah, the cold kind of helps with the shoey
Yeah.
and the fizziness, but cold milk in the boot
Oh.
feels like it'll warm up pretty quick.
Oh, no. I mean, I love milk as much as the next person, but... Ugh. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about that.
Particularly if that's the boot you've been wearing too.
Oh, imagine if it was a boot who was racing in then for 90
I'm
minutes.
sure it was. I'm sure it was. Isn't
Who
that
races?
the whole
Okay,
point?
I actually got a better question. Who races in boots?
That's a great question. That is a very real question.
Scarney, that is an effort and a half, mate.
So,
A succulent
Yeah.
Aussie shoey. A succulent Chinese meal? I see you know your judo well. Do you know what meme I'm talking about?
haven't the slightest.
He touched
Really?
my penis!
I have no idea.
Oh,
What is
mate,
the
it's
cry?
the best thing ever.
Enjoying a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
Are you? No, I'm not. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening in chat right now that I don't understand.
Just embrace it. Let it happen, mate.
I'm not privy to this
Close
one.
your eyes.
Someone's going to have to link me this succulent toe jam business. I don't know what's going on here. I did like the pale ale, mate. That looked like a good drop. What was it? The hazies or something?
Sorry to ruin the vibe, but a race in socks. Sock shoey when?
No, it's perfect, mate. Hey, I race in socks too. I'm all about that sock life. You've got plenty of support too. I'm sure you put a vote up, there'd be plenty of sock users. So we're not alone there.
So strain the beer through the sock.
There you go. It's
Ugh,
a ready-made
stop it.
strainer.
Stop it, you two. Stop it.
Oh, there's
Stop
always
it,
someone that
Rob.
has to ruin the straight line.
I don't know
Here's
what you're
the
talking
best
about.
opportunity.
Perfectly straight.
Look, they've got such a good guiding line there, all the way down mountain.
Gale, Bushel, Johnson, Ty. That's not qualifying. That can't be right. That would have sorted itself out.
Remember, yeah, it'll take some time for it to actually sort out.
Hazy pale ale. Yeah, mate. Look nice. Look very good. Probably only slightly better off the toe jam shoe, but hey, mate, P1, you do what you want. I'm sure it all tastes good when you get P1 at Bathurst. Nice work, mate. Really good.
About 5 or 6 people maximum, Chad. So they had 5 or 6 Chads in the last race.
Yeah, not as many as I thought there would be, honestly. I was very surprised. Thought it would be a half-half split.
Yes. Also, no safety car tonight in this race.
Worse than what in the
I think
last
that's
race?
This one here.
Oh right.
I think it's
Oh, we're
normally
not
Yoda.
going. Okay. Oh yeah.
Janetta Weatherburn.
Janetta
not
Weatherburn.
here.
Oh, he was shattered. He couldn't race this week. This is the one he was looking forward to. He marked it on the calendar.
He did ask you. Did he request actually that we do change the date for Bathurst? And much as I would have loved to have obliged, I just couldn't do it.
All right, plenty more where that came from. We'll do it again.
Save all that endurance stuff for Paul Ricard. Mr.
Oh,
Weatherburn.
yeah. Great track, isn't it, Bender?
Well, I guess there's silence in that response.
No, we were talking about the last one, how it's because it's for such a good cause now, he has to enjoy the Paul Ricard 8 hour. Because if he doesn't, then he's against the cause. Just looped him in with all the Paul Ricard enjoys.
So, also, just wanted to go on the 90-minute thing. It didn't delay this split at all. Like, this started on time. So, I had a couple in a North American split say that it's making the last split too late. But because we're starting the early split early, it shouldn't make a world of difference, really. It might be 20 minutes later.
So yeah, the latest split will end 20 to 30 minutes later than it normally would.
But it won't start
that's
to. It's only
really-
20, 30 minutes. Like,
But yeah, the start time will change at most 5 minutes, more than likely.
I don't even think it will there. We'll just keep qualifying over when it's meant to start. And we've upgraded all the qualifying sessions now to 15 minutes anyway, so...
So yeah, that gives you the extra time that would have otherwise been lost. So yeah, I don't see any reason why it probably shouldn't be starting on time.
Yeah, I think it's rolled in beautifully tonight.
Alright, let's go. Final race of the night, it's Porsche Cups and the BMW M2.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Bit of a gap there between P4, P5 and the Porsche bracket up the front here. As they hit around turn one for the first time tonight. Side by side is what you expect here. Green flags from the marshals, so that's a good sign. Normally the marshal's on drugs. Maybe he is, who knows. Do you, buddy. As we head down to turn two, 512 V38. Bushel and Joshua Hill. Oh, that's a dangerous spot to be with a touch. There's a little touch. There's two little touch. I don't know if that was consensual, but no one's around. I know he's a nice man, he's Mr. Bushel. Might be up for that, but for the race, maybe not so much as they come up to the top of the mountain for the first time for this race. So good through this section, especially in these cars. It's probably one of the better tracks for the Porsche Cup. BMWs last week probably suited Hungaroring a little bit more. As the Satria Pimanto's ahead, he just went wide. Got to be very cautious through here though when someone makes a mistake. Done it well so far. Love this camera. Let's go a bit further back here. This is Josh Wiley. Already gapped the BMWs pretty significantly early, which you expect. I'm very scared about blue flags here later. Let's go back to the BMW class. Vincent, P1, and then there's a swarm. Oh, that Shell Racing one looks nice. Is that a new thing? Is that one of the in-game liveries?
Well, it has to be.
Oh, I imagine it would be.
Unless they've done the Seekery sneak, which I don't know how you do, but... Who is that?
They've hacked your
Stefano.
PC more.
They've done
Very
it.
good.
Good on them.
Yeah, there's a couple of two wides occurring back here. This one between Valentini and Seneca. Seneca starting back in the field a little bit, considering his usual pace. Look at the BMW.
Very
gaggle up
deep under
here.
the brake.
So a couple not quite getting chase right. And I think that's Valentini dropping back through the field there towards the end as Page and Nichols here, I think, having a little go. Page in the purple entry. Nichols in the green one here. On board with McNeil as they come up into turn one for the second time, the BMW is all still very tightly packed together here. As I said, a couple of the faster drivers, Ricciuti and Senecas, P4, P5. Not to say that Vincent and Gibbons and Herod are slow by any means, but those two have been up the front of the field for most of this series so far, so a bit of moves to occur yet in the BMW field.
Oh. I think there's a bit of a lag there, because I swear they were inside that car.
I didn't see that.
Nichols, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a car teleport on Mountain Straight for a moment.
Oh.
It could be someone has a little bit of packet loss somewhere.
Oh, he's got a good run here, Valentini. He's got nowhere to put it though. Not a great place to overtake at the mountain. Let's come down to Skyline. Are you guys a big fan of Mount Panorama, or you think it's overrated?
Yes.
Yes, it's overrated? Okay, big fan.
No.
Righto.
Second best track in the game, this one.
I can take it or leave it personally.
What's the best track, JC?
Paul Ricard.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're running a huge campaign on it or anything.
Stephen Dye currently quickest in the Porsche Cup car to the 2036. Ethan Kale and Bechtold 2 and 3, and that car
Whoa.
is teleporting. That is Lachlan Nichols in the 168 car, and he was teleporting there. I reckon he got upset and started spinning through Chase himself, but then when he come into contact with other BMWs, it looked like it lagged out a little there, so hopefully Lachlan can sort out whatever his issues are there. Oh yeah, you're spot on, it does just phase into existence there, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. He's clearly got some connection issues, because first he's not there, and then he is.
Mr. Nichols. That's what's up in the Porsche Cup cars. Stephen Ty, he loves this Porsche. Even more so than Sean Muller, I reckon. And that's a big call.
Oh, that's a huge call. Yeah, Ethan Kale's had a pretty solid grip on the Porsche Cup Series so far, but it looks like Stephen Ty really happy with this car-track combo, having himself a pole. He's already 2 seconds clear of Ethan Kale, so driving beautifully. Stephen Ty at the moment. Joshua Hill. It would suggest that he might have a little bit of damage after a formation lap spin.
Who's that?
Showing Josh Hill, man on the screen. So, not showing many signs of damage at the moment. He looks like he's got ripping pace. He's already gone past Mark Bushell. And he's up behind Hermanto now. There is a fair bit of damage on the front of that Porsche. Looking a little beaten up there is Josh Hill. Whether or not that was the formation lap spin or some other incident, but
Bit of polish and elbow grease that'll come out.
still a mandatory stop for this race, I believe.
There should be.
We didn't change the settings on this one, did we?
No.
So,
Standard Porsche Cup BMW round.
yeah, this little battle here is three-way battle between Hermanto, Hill, and Bushell. Bushell, I think, will just be looking to stay clear of any penalties tonight. The man is leading the license point table, I think, or at least he's in the top 3 position. So, keep it clean tonight, will you? Hamster?
He's P2 in the license points.
He's
He's
up.
P1 in the Porsches for license points, though.
Is this the formation lap potentially. It is Hill just having a little visit to Shannon's there on the formation lap. So he started off wounded.
Don't think you meant to do that.
No, it's not the most effective way of warming the tyres.
It is a way, but not the most effective. That's correct.
Bercolini in the pits. Getting his nice and early out of the way. Bushel all over the back of Hill here.
Did see Thurcolini drop down the order last lap, so he may have had an incident over the mountain.
Oh, see ya.
Well,
They saved that pretty well. It could have been much worse, but he managed to bring it all back into line. Did the hamster. Nice work. Only loses a handful of seconds. He'll resume battle with Hill shortly.
Something's happened to Gibbo. He's now in front of Jeep, but he was up in P2 earlier, now down in P4.
Yep. Herod and Raschuti, yeah, you're right, both gone past him, so he's had a bit of an error somewhere, and now he's got Jeep Senekis all over him. They come down Conrod now, and then up this little hill here, and under the sign, before they dip down again, down into the chase. This is a very high-speed little kink there, and Page does nicely to get on the brakes. A little bit later than Gibbo on the outside line, and moves himself up into P4. Nice work from Jeep, moving his way up through the field. Currently with the purple lap too, so he's looking very strong. 35 minutes to go. Plenty of time. All of the front leading BMWs not that far in front of him. He's got them all within range. So well in with a shot here is Jeep Senekis. Currently P4. There they all are there. They're all in his sights. He can see them all. He knows what the targets are.
Try and find out what's happened to Gibbons during that.
Chudi's now pinched the purple lap as well, actually. So a couple of the BMW guys just swapping purple laps. So no one driver standing out as the fastest at the moment. There's a couple of drivers up there with 221s who have done fastest laps already. It does look like Page up 6 spots. Actually, no, that won't be accurate because the Porsche Cup and BMWs all get randomised. So he's not actually up 6 spots. Is what happened to Gibbons? It's probably Herod racing him for position up there. Herod on the outside, Gibbons on the inside. Looks okay for now. Yeah, that's it. And then over the mountain, down through Forest Elbow, down Conrod into the kink. And that would have been the other one being Herod, and then Raschuti, of course.
Raschuti.
But Page has got him now too, actually. Gibbons down to 5th. Page has got him. Oh no, we watched that, didn't we? Oh, a little bit of graze on the wall there from Ty. Stephen Ty coming out of Forest Elbow there. Just a little bit of a kiss on the wall there. So whilst he is still well and truly clear of Ethan Cale, 4-second gap now that he's built up for himself. Just the first little kink in the armour being displayed there from Stephen Ty, perhaps. A little lapse in concentration as he came out of the elbow there. Won't cause him too much drama yet, but just shake him awake a little bit.
And just up ahead, they're starting to catch those BMWs now, so we'll see some of those overtakes this coming lap.
Here we go.
If you've got any popcorn in chat, now's the time to be getting it out.
Yeah, I hope it's well popped already. You don't want to go anywhere for the next 15-20 minutes. as the Porsche Cup cars start to catch the BMWs. Oh, no. Honestly, I can't see this going well over the mountain. If at any point they happen to cross paths over the mountain, it's just, as a Porsche Cup car, you'd have to be so patient. Glenn Germain just cruising around nicely there, doing nice. Look, his lines are really good. But it's up here, especially through McPhillamy, down through Skyline, and all the way down to the elbow. There's just nowhere to get it done safely. But I just feel like if a Porsche Cup car sees an opportunity on another Porsche Cup car who's being patient behind a BMW, it's just we wait with bated breath. The lead at Stephen Tye looking really strong already this race. Down to 3.2 seconds now to Ethan Cales, who's lost 8/10 to him since we watched him come out of elbow on the last lap. That little bit of a graze on the wall. So whether or not a little bit of damage playing havoc with him, or if he's come up with some BMW traffic that's caused him to lose an entire second on this lap to Ethan Cale. Navigated that one pretty well.
That was good timing there. The BMW out of Forest Elbow. And she better get the next one out of the chase. So they won't hold him up, and they'll be pretty safe moves. Maybe not into the chase. Get him out of the chase. BMW showing lots of respect there.
Yeah, very generous.
Now it's this next lap. Oh no, that's a great. Honestly, that is a great decision to pit, because he is going to come up to those back markers in a bunch. That is a great play there.
Big brain.
Yep, probably the sort of thing I'll be doing, seeing that bunch up ahead, likely to catch them over the mountain, rather than lose time doing that. Just get your pit stop out of the way now.
Oh, that's 4,000 IQ there. That's 3D chess. 4D chess even, sorry for Stephen Tye.
However, what's not 4D chess from him is he has just received a 5-second penalty for an incident on lap 4.
Ooh, I thought you were going to say speeding the pit lane. That would have been terrible. 5 seconds not great either.
He might still have a pit speeding in the pits. Don't know about that one yet.
Oh, don't do that to my man. We're not cursing here. That's not a curse. 5 seconds. That's a tricky little penalty, because that is around about the gap that he was building for himself over Ethan Cale. Ethan Cale's going with the alternate strategy here. He's decided to stay out, and he's going to really come up to this traffic that we were just saying that Stephen Tye's done a really good job to dodge. So we get to see the alternate strategies at play here. This is a tricky spot to negotiate. The BMW gets on the brakes and allows him through. It is really a two-man task to get jobs done up here. The BMW doing nicely there.
Smart driving from the BMW driver there.
He might get away with this. They're going to get him out of Forest Elbow again. 4 ahead.
One. I was going to say he's done that cleanly until he ended up on the grass. That could have been worse.
I don't know. They didn't like that though, the Porsche. It was not a happy Porsche.
Got away with it, but it did really stutter his straight, which meant that he didn't catch to these BMWs up behind Peach. Now Peach obviously a very calm and respectful and clean driver, so he just opens up the line there, allows him through. Nice. Peach would be behind Ricciuti, and Herod up there ahead of him as well. All of these drivers top class here in OOR, so wouldn't expect too many issues here. As I said, Mull, he's timed this pretty well.
There's the confirmation from Jason in chat that car 230 a 5-second penalty for causing a collision. So obviously not too bad a collision if it's only getting 5 seconds, but that can make a big difference in your race.
Yep, 5 seconds is probably the gap in pace between Ethan Cale and Stephen Tye after 45 minutes, so that could really be a spicy little penalty coming into the end of this race.
The BMWs look so slow after you've been on board with the Porsches for a while.
Yeah, and they sound slow next to the Porsches too, because the Porsches sound so angry and forceful. Now, we're on board with Peach here, who Oh no, the timing board's just caught up. I was saying he was 35 seconds behind Rachuti. I was like, well, who's that in front then? But no, the timing board's caught up and reset itself a little bit now. So Porsche Cup cars mingle in here as they fight. Oh, that's a little bit wide there from Page around the outside of McPhillamy. BMW doesn't really have too many problems with curbs and grass and whatnot, so it gets away with it. Line through the dipper there was, I thought, a little bit wide, but again, still managed to get through there cleanly. So seems like he's got it under control. Doing very nicely is Jeep down into the elbow. He's got Hamanta right behind him in that red Porsche. He gets through cleanly. Hamanta will come up to Rachuti now, and that'll be fairly close to the kink at least. Yeah, it gets through there nicely. There's a couple of close calls, but no real dramas. They're handling it well. The BMWs, it must be said, are doing very nicely to get out of the way. Oh, that's what happened. I think that might be the 5-second penalty. Stephen Ty just elbowing out a BMW there. The BMW would have come off pretty worse for wear. They hit the wall pretty hard, so the initial contact with Stephen Ty and then the wall contact as well, that BMW would be feeling the pain. So that's why 5 seconds for this man, Stephen Ty. And Ethan Cale up the front of the field at the moment, yet to pit. That's the battle we're watching. .25 to go now. Ethan Cale in the lead. Stefan Bechtold in P2. Not sure if Stefan's pitted. This is Stephen Ty again coming. Oh no, that's nothing to do with Stephen Ty. He's just coming up behind Josh Wiley. And Josh Wiley getting the elbow a little bit wrong of his own doing. Stephen Ty just a witness to it.
Like a bit unsettled under the brakes, particularly with the sudden change in elevation you get through there, and the Porsche decides it does not want to be going straight anymore.
Yep, once it's gone, it's gone. There's no catching these cars. Once the rear end comes around, you're a passenger. Mr. Bushell in the pits, making his mandatory. David McNulty, man on screen. Zero practice effort here, although all of his efforts are zero practice if we are to believe the great man. What do you think about that? You reckon he does zero practice, or he just talk that up?
He doesn't do much, but he doesn't do zero. He's a busy man, Mr. McNulty. All those rain dances take up a lot of time.
Isn't he a professor of science or some university college student or something? Teacher, professor of some description. Oh my goodness!
That's a professor's line.
That's interesting.
Well, he might be a
line.
professor, but I think he needs to go to a driving school again.
He's hung on to that one. Got close.
The Mayor of South Australia would be disappointed in you, Bender. At least he drinks the right milk, that's all I'll say.
Herod pits from the lead.
Good one there from Chad. Professor of rejoins is what Bender is.
What's next up from Professor? Surely there's more. Is a higher.
Well, I don't know, the principal or principal of rejoins actually sounds pretty good. Rolls
Principal.
off the tongue. The Dean, yes, there you go. The Dean of rejoins.
There you go. I knew there was one.
Nice one.
More like the dunce of rejoins. Am I right? Am I right? We should buy him a dunce hat.
Oh, the scenes if he rejoins at Paul Ricard. If he does something silly at Paul, the cameras are
Yeah, because he's racing for one of our milk teams. So no, Bender.
Surely you've got a camera pointed at him all day just to catch anything. The replay hamsters will be hard at work, just keeping an eye on him.
Was Vincent leading this race at one stage?
Yep.
Why is he so
Yeah.
far back?
Well, he's pitted now, but you're right. That pit stop
He pitted
has dropped in
before,
behind
you're
Herod, McNeil, who's also pitted. So Herod and McNeil have jumped into the pits at some
He
point.
pitted 2 laps ago. Because Rod and McNeil are straight out of the pits.
So it's gone wrong somewhere for Vintner because that pit stop's not any different to. Oh
Oh,
no,
never
okay. he's-
mind. The timing board's updated a little bit, so
Yeah, he's not behind McNeil. He's still behind Herod though. So you're
obviously
right.
Herod's just had a good couple of laps.
Yeah. Yeah, Herod's got the purple lap, so he's clearly flying. You're right, I think he's just overcutting, but he's just really found the pace now. So great driving from Matty Herod, looking real strong.
Speaking of Professor Doctor at Dean's, Mr. Glenn Germain, very smart man. Has he been doing the BMW series the whole time? Surely not.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen him in here.
Yeah, I don't think I
He's
saw it
having a
last
dig.
week.
Good to see.
Very nicely. Yet to pit. Just cruising along doing 225s, keeping out of the way of everyone else. Doing beautiful, showing us how to blue flag. That's great stuff. Nice work, Peabody. An advocate for Team McLaren this season is Glenn.
And for Team Stop Go 30 until recently.
Oh, they'll be back. Just having a well-earned rest. Stop go 30 car.
We've already got it lined up as the medical car. We'll probably need it.
Yes, so looking forward to that. Looking forward to whatever livery comes out of that too.
If only there was trucks in this game. Give me the recovery truck. I wish it had a bit
we
of
need
damage.
more than one.
Could be a JCB tractor. Right, our leader's pitting. See how he's gone here. He was just a little bit behind Stephen Ty prior to the pit stops.
4 seconds was the gap before Ty hit a little bit of traffic, and then it got down to 3 seconds, and then Ty Big Brain pitted. So 3 seconds was the gap when Ty entered the pit lane. 4 seconds was the gap the lap before that. So we'll see how the strategy has played out. Ethan's got a pit box all the way up the front of the pit lane. So he'll jump straight off the jacks and get pretty much straight on the gas out the pit lane there. He'll come out sideways trying to make sure that gap is as little as possible. Lo and behold, there's a battle all the way up to turn 2. That'd be interesting. You would think Stephen Ty on his warm tyres probably in prime position here. It depends on how these stops have gone. That's Stephen Ty coming across the start-finish line now. There he is in camera 2, making his way past. And I tell you what,
Well, it's going to be...
out of the-
Oh, he's
out of the-
sideways, all right.
out of the pit lane, Kale comes. But again, those warm tyres and the exit from turn 1, you would suggest Stephen Ty gets this one done. They're still side by side. And Kale is going to make him fight all the way up to the Audi Sports sign, but eventually Ty gets him just gets in front by the time they reach into turn 2. Those cold tyres not allowing Kale to find the apex there, and so Ty pulls away a bit of a gap, but that was close.
But all Kale needs to do is stay within that 5 seconds. Ty still has that penalty hanging over his head.
There you go.
Looking forward to
1.1
seeing
seconds.
Kale in his OES teams. I think they're Orange Express. Oh, I forgot whether the S is in the OES. Do you know what it is?
No idea.
Orange Express Sports or something like that. But they've got 3 teams in the Paul Ricard. 8 hour potentially if they make it through qualifying. Make sure that you are, if you are competing and you're in a team, you get your qualification laps in this week. Closes on Sunday at 6 p.m. I believe.
Yep.
There's already about 45, 48 teams entered on the qualification server, but I expect that to go up after the sprint round. Normally it's pretty excessively smashed that server during the weekend. Oh, that's a bit deep. That's a bit of grass, and that's wide.
Whoops.
Whoopsie poopsie. Is that JC?
Whoopsie poopsie indeed. That'll be close to stretching out that gap to 5 seconds already. Stephen Ty will have seen that on the track map. He'll know that there was a yellow flag back there. He'll see the car number and he will think that'll just about do me. Stephen Ty will just settle into his groove now and slowly build that gap back up to the 5 seconds required. So no good there for Kale.
What a battle spring here. Oh no, who rods off? That's deep. That's P1. BMW.
Oh, what a dodge. Stefano Ricciuti doing God's work getting on the brakes there and just managing to avoid him as he hit the wall, Herod.
What a throwaway win there for the BMW class. He was leading. And now that's occupied by Stefano Ricciuti with our mate Ben Vincent, who's just upgraded to pro in the sprints. Oh no. Oh, gee whiz.
There goes that advertising board all over the place.
Oh, I kind of feel sorry here for, what's his name?
Herod,
Lee
yeah,
Perkins.
100%, mate.
No, Perkins.
Oh.
He's gone one way, and then one car's gone the other way. He's like, oh, well, where do I go? Oh, grass will do. And then he's absolutely obliterated this signboard. Is it still there?
I think it's all the parts and pieces are gone.
Oh, that's disappointing. That was impressive. Keep an eye on this battle for a bit. I'll try and watch that replay back.
Is that you, Ethan? Is that Ethan Kale in chat? I reckon he's pulled the pin. His game crashed. He reckons he had Ty, but unfortunately, he's pulled out by the look of that. He wouldn't be in chat otherwise.
Oh, unless his name's Samwise Holmes, then no, he wouldn't.
If you know, you know.
Ah, bad luck, Heath. If you know, you know, yes.
No, that's no good, Ethan. Unlucky, mate. Your pace is good. You've been strong all season, so this will allow Ty to close the gap to you at the top of the board. They're running a little points table for the Porsche Cup cars, aren't they? So this is a replay of the timing board getting the advertising board getting smashed, is it? 2 BMWs. Oh, we've seen a Porsche use this grass before. Got away with that one. Just got the BMW in the mirrors now, and then we get another BMW in front of us. So you know, you're not wrong. It was pretty hard for Perkins to navigate there, but he got away with it. Jeez, those Porsches look unsettled when they hit the grass.
Doesn't take much.
I think that's a really good example of how both the faster and slower cars, or the drivers, need to always be aware of what's going on around them and be predictable, particularly if you're the slower car. If you can see that somebody's looking to go around the outside of them, just stick to the inside. It can be very difficult out of that corner though. That was sneaky.
What a terrifying sound that would be. Oh, I hope that's not
Oh
contact.
no.
McNulty straight to the pits. I hope that wasn't contact, because that is exactly the type of incident we're talking about that you just can't do. But
Oh, boy.
I'm not sure if there was contact first. I can't categorically say until I've looked at my little cheeky camera here.
Replay hamsters called into action. He'd done pretty well actually to step in and put himself in P7 in front of a handful of quality drivers.
No,
He was doing-
no, lost it himself.
Oh,
That's why I didn't want to say anything first up.
Eyeballs reckons he potentially got spooked. That's past Nichols. He looked like inside of McPhillamy there is pretty close. Bender just jumping right out the way there was Bender, and super bumpy out there in those pebbly bits, so didn't really know what to do. Did Bender? He was on the racing line, had a Porsche filling up his mirrors, and he just jumped out the way. Oh no!
Unloaded that rear. You just bounce your way down the mountain backwards on your roof. It was our fault though, JC. We did force him to race this.
We did. Yep. And we specifically picked the BMW for that reason.
You're welcome, Bender. You are welcome.
He did do the right thing though. He saw other cars coming down the hill, and he thought rather than try and 10-point turn this and ruin everyone else's race, he just went to return to pits, got out the way. Interesting to see if he comes back out now.
There he is. He's in chat.
Oh, rip. There he is. Unlucky, mate. Big old biter curb. Unsettled. Facing backwards. Back to pits. Good effort, though, as we were saying. About, I think you were up in P7 when you died, so very nice for a little debut here in the BMWs.
Maybe the Porsche next week, Bender.
We've seen a lot of overtakes tonight. We didn't see Panorama's overtake. We did see that one there from Ty on Wiley. Obviously, Wiley blue flag, so made that look pretty easy. That's Gibbons down the inside. He's going on the BMW there too. Is it Gibbons though? Gibbons no longer on the timing board. If I'm... Oh no, there he is.
Yeah, so when I'm focusing on Porsches...
Oh, of course. Yep. He's on the wrong car.
And from the steward's office, car 53, which is Carl Johnson, 5-second penalty for, I believe, a collision on lap 13.
He'll be okay. He'll cop that, Carl. He's not done a lot of work in the Porsche Cup Series this season. I think this is probably his second race.
I reckon that was just for the corner prior when he got past the other Beamer. I'm just going to change this layout for a second and see if I can have both classes on the same timing sheet, because why not?
Here we go. Why not? Just playing around with it.
And Jason in chat just confirming that's a 5-second penalty for an unsafe overtake. And we got Lockie Nichols saying that he's had to Alt F4. So, not good there.
You still your Alt Teleport.
Bad luck there.
There you go, JC. Both on one sheet.
Beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, we saw you had a few issues, Lockie, early on in the race. I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking about. It was into turn 2. Miles showed us a replay of you just appearing right up next to a competitor. It was just a spooky sort of spectator view, that's for sure. So I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking about, or if those issues continued later on in the race. But it's just not been your night, so unlucky with the Alt F4. Oh, new rig. Nice. Speaking of new rigs, where's Matt Powell? How's your new rig going? Is he in the Sprint Series? Is he racing tomorrow? He should be.
Oh, I believe he is.
The debut of the Huskenbells. That'll be something to watch tomorrow night.
Very good choice of pedal.
If there was ever a man that was pressured into buying something, you fucking... you're
I
welcome.
don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Definitely
we
no
weren't
pressure
going to
applied
stop.
at all by
We weren't
any
going
of
to
us.
stop until he did it. Right, where is this little thing I'm looking for? Track grip status. I think this is
So we've got a temperature in the top left, we've got wind in the top right, race time, track name, time of day. We've got the track map, obviously, which has separated the classes for us with the different colour circles. That's nice.
And Matt's confirming he will be there tomorrow. So no excuses with brake failure or anything like that now. So if you murder someone, you're getting disqualified. Sorry.
Sorry about that. I'm looking for an 8/10 per lap improvement based off the reports that the Huskenvelds are that good and that they can.
Sorry, was that an 8-second per lap improvement? Oh, I'd agree with that.
Per lap minimum, up to 8 seconds per lap is probably a better shout.
I think chat all agree with me. They heard you said he has to do a minimum of 8 seconds a lap faster.
All of the patrons of the Church of VRS came out midweek and said, "Oh, look, Huskenveld's not up to scratch, nowhere near as good as the."
Fuck, who said that? Absolute maggots.
In the Church of the VRS, they are. Babby leads that cult, and there's a bunch of other people. Thomas Malone's another one who's a very high up cultist.
I'll back VRS in, but they will not slander my Huskies.
That's been the battle this week. The Discord is VRS versus Huskenveld. I'll tell you what, it's getting pretty slanderous indeed.
Fucking lol.
If I was going to upgrade from V3s, where would I go in terms of Huskenveld or VRS? If money was no
I don't
issue?
think you can go wrong with either. But you can't say Huskies are a bad piece of kit because it's absolute slander. That's like saying Porsche's a shit car to have in real life. Even if you're not a Porsche man, it's not a bad car. It's kind of a bit of a masterpiece.
Yeah, go on, George. Sprints versus Ultimates. If I'm going to upgrade today, which would you recommend out of the two? And I know you're saying
If you've got you've got deep pockets, go oldies.
Go the
It
whole
really
thing.
depends on what you're wanting. So I've got the sprints, and they do a fantastic job. The ultimates are obviously just a step up on those in regards to how much brake pressure you can put in, things like that.
Oh, 2 seconds.
Oh,
This is the battle here
Page?
for
P2. Yeah, Page right behind Vinton.
They both had a dip.
Yeah,
Wow, that was
Almost.
close.
up alongside each other coming through the VP Ultimate sign there, and both cars making a little bit of contact. Vinton has lined through down Skyline there, was a little bit haphazard, and Page closed the gap through there, so Page clearly quicker around McPhillamy and down through Skyline. Down into Elbow now. This is a very important corner. It's the exit out of here that counts. Page using all of the track and some as this Porsche Cup car joins the fray and says hello. Plonks themselves in the middle. I think that's Stephen Tye, Porsche Cup race leader at the moment. Oh, no, Mark Bushell, okay. Similar livery to Tye and Bushell. Vincent up with Page all over the back of him here. With 4 minutes to go, this is a very likely battle.
Oh, he's making him work. He's got a lot of pace here, JP. He's got to look at the inside of the last corner. 3 and a bit minutes to go. He's put his nose there. Ben's just let him put his nose there. Here comes a Porsche.
Oh,
Ben,
wily.
take it inside line. Go middle of the track. Got to use them in defence. Middle of the track. Put it in the middle of the track. Bang! I've got to teach you some
Pace at the
defensive
moment.
lines because you've just left the door ajar here.
This is the corner. A good exit again there from Jeeps and Eckerson now up the straight. But again, a big wall of air there as he steps out of the slipstream, just stops him in his tracks.
He's in a good spot though, Ben, this time.
Oh, mate, the slipstream doesn't really affect the BMWs anyway, so...
Plus, you need to buy certain primo things for the BMW to get overtakes done. Maybe he hasn't got that premium subscription. I think it's a good... Oh, that's wide. That's wall. That's wall. That's wall. That's wall. That's
wide,
paint. Hope you bought the premium paint pack because that's not going to buff out, JP. I hope we didn't get too much damage though. I think it'll be
Still
out.
running unlike a Jeep.
His win streak ended last week, didn't he? I think Raschuti won this race
It did end last week, yes.
last week, and Raschuti going back to back here. Currently in the lead of this race as we watched Herod fall back through the field. So Raschuti doing very nicely, having a bit of a showing here mid-season and just challenging the top of the table here in the BMW series. Yeah, good defense, Matty Powell. We were thinking that was going to get done, but he's just pressured Page out of it, really, has Ben Vintner.
The first corner, though, don't leave the door open. That's the area where you're encouraging a dive, and if you leave that door ajar and someone's too good under brakes, I'm taking it. I'm having a crack at that. But the next corner, he did it perfect. Made JP go around the outside, got a bit of marbles, smacked the fence a couple of times.
Outside of turn 2 here is always a bad
Horrible,
place
yeah.
to be.
Shooty has decided. What the fuck is that noise? I don't know if you guys heard that in your headset, but
Nope.
I got none.
I've just dropped a poop nugget. Oh my god!
Which isn't difficult for you tonight, apparently.
Let's just not go
that,
there.
that wouldn't be pleasant.
We sold it.
Armanto in the red Porsche there. He's sending it down the inside of Page. Turn 1, gets that done pretty cleanly. But that would have held Page up a little bit. He'll lose a tenth or two. And a tenth or two in a corner before a straight for the BMWs ends up being 5 or 6 tenths by the end of the straight. So that'll cost Page a little bit there as Armanto barges his way through at turn 1. With under a minute to go now, not sure where Stephen Ty is on track and whether we get one more lap or if this is the last one, but this battle between Page and Vintner has petered out a little bit now with that mistake from Jeep on the last lap, although Vintner got a little bit sideways coming out of the cutting there.
I don't know if that was lag or not. That was strange.
I didn't know what that was. It looked like he just overcorrected a little bit, and now it looks like Jeep is closing this gap again. Just up the hill here, looks like he's pulled a couple of those car lengths back. So I said this could be over, but Jeep's not done.
Unfortunately, it pretty much is over. Vintner has received a 5-second penalty for that incident we saw a few laps ago with Jeep.
Right.
Which one?
The one where I think
must have been going up
cut
the hill to
across
start
Jeep's
with.
nose, and yeah, just
Up through the
caused it.
BP Ultimate sign there, yeah.
Yep.
Well, there you go. All he's got to do is stay within 5 seconds, which he's pretty clearly in now. It's job done. Last lap for this man, 12 seconds clear of Stefan Bechtold, who is currently in P2 after Ethan Cale unfortunately had some software and or hardware issues and had to pull out of this one. It was looking pretty likely the battle between Stephen Ty and Ethan Cale. 5-second penalty for Stephen Ty meant that all Ethan had to do was stay within that window and he was on, but unfortunately, as we said, Ethan Cale back to P10 now at the back of the field after pulling the pin. So Stephen Ty well and truly clear at the front of this one now as he comes through elbow for the final time.
Compared to Split Sunset, this has completely flown along.
Wow, I was saying Sunset went pretty quickly too. But you're right, this is only
It
45
felt like
minutes.
5 minutes.
It felt like about half the time, actually.
Yeah, it does feel about half the length of the last race. You're right there.
Round, it's just
Yeah.
not that good.
Staggering.
Nice work, Stephen Ty. Without any sort of, I mean, even with a really bad error here, you would think he'd probably crawl over the line backwards at this point. It's been a pretty strong showing from Stephen Ty. He was on pole position. And he comes across the line with the purple lap and the checkered flag. Stephen Ty, the winner here tonight. Stefan Bechtold has had some really good races this season. He's loving this Porsche Cup car, and his pace is blowing me away. He's P2 tonight, another podium for Stefan. And Carl Johnson comes home in P3. As I said, not really a huge showing in this season. I think this is just his second race, so that's a very good race there from Carl if he's put it up there in P3 and only his second go. I might be wrong there. Someone correct me, I'm sure. Stefano Ricciuti in the very impressive Shell entry. This is a great little livery.
Tiger ain't curry, Chad.
He's won last week. He pinched rips Page's race streak off him. And he's gone back-to-back here. He's 4 seconds up the road from Vintner, back there on Conrod. Vintner and Senekis have been locked in battle. Senekis is only 3/10 behind Vintner, and he wants to get this done on track, probably. But he's got a 5-second buffer with Vintner having that penalty. Just coming up behind some blue flag traffic there, who decided to very kindly exit stage left as the lead cars came through. Stefano Ricciuti is the winner tonight at Bathurst for the BMW N2s. Ben Vintner, only a couple of seconds back, will cross the line second. But JP, if our stewards are to be believed, will pinch P2 and the points that come along with it. Vintner will fall back to P3 with that penalty. Gibbo will come across the line in P4 with Austin McNeil in P5. Nice little effort.
Reverse
That's
entry.
There we go.
dial points from McNeil
Give that
across
man
the
a
line.
medal.
Nice one.
Very
Very
good
slick.
start.
Show them what you got.
We get some nice squiggly lines and sometimes some burnouts and donuts and stuff. That was style points. That was a good, impressive exit from McNeil.
Oh, there we go. So there's the race winner for the Cup. Stephen Ty, followed by Bushtold and Johnson. And in the TCX, which is the BMW M2, we have Ricciuti, Senekis, and Vintner. Now that gap there for Ricciuti and those two there, that came in really late. So I reckon Ricciuti had a mistake somewhere in the last lap. Could have possibly thrown it away, but still a great result. Capital Valentini only managed 3 laps. You change your name to lowercase and you'll be much better off. Facts. Chat in chat, you asked about favourite Thai dish. Is a laksa Thai? What nationality is a laksa? Do you know?
I want to say
I'm not
Japanese.
sure.
I don't think it's Japanese.
I'm
no,
not sure.
it's
I've
not,
got
not
a feeling
Japanese.
it's Thai as well. Because a laksa, a seafood laksa from Rolls-tastic Noodles here in my hometown, is the nicest thing I've eaten in a while.
Laksa is a spicy noodle dish popular in Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
So-
but where?
yeah, where? I know.
It's like, where did the meat pie come from? Where actually-
Unfortunately, well, we could go on forever trying to work that out.
Probably the Italians. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight, Alex, Imey, and Jamie Conboy. It's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Fun as always.
And also thank you, David McNulty, for commentating with us in Split Sunset. We are off to the very same again tomorrow night, as we've got Split Ascari followed by Split Beckett's. So don't want to miss out tomorrow night as we're back to the mountain. In the meantime, take care, say hello to Mum for me, and have a great night. See you later.